for you to understand that this very prime minister piloting the affairs of the Biafran people is one that has been ordained and prepared from time immemorial to this very day to make sure the enemies of Biafra are totally decimated. If I not, because does not bring one Nigeria down. Biafrans have done that before now, and we have even burnt their passport before now. So we took the lead, and you are coming very late, because we had warned all of you before now, and even before the fraudulent 2023 elections, that you have no hope, you have no life. The Prime Minister of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, had in 2020 warned all Southerners in one Nigeria, everything Christians, that they should carry the Bible in one hand and carry weapon in another hand. This was in preparation of what was to come, because we foresaw what the Islamic jihadis meant for Christians. Did you listen to us? No. Today, the policies of America has helped the Islamic jihadis under Biden administration to brainstorm and to spread Islamic jihad to the entire globe. So to this very end is why you see how they have spread like wildfire. But in Biafra land, we have their antidote. And their antidote is the Biafran Defense Force. The Biafran Defense Force comprises of the Biafran Liberation Army, the Biafran Resistance Fighters, the Biafran Navy, the Biafran Air Force, and every other forces, the Biafran Liberation Army, and every other forces that are fighting under the Biafran Defense Force, supervised and led by the Prime Minister, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the United States of Biafra, to make sure the terrorists are destroyed, decimated, and put in the trash in Biafra land. The prerogative and the objective of this government is to make sure that our women and children are not massacred by number. We have to protect our women and children, safeguard them from the faces of the assailants, the terrorists that we have known as the principal enemies, those coming to desolate your communities, to take over your lands, and to kill you and to forcefully Islamize you against your will. These have happened before, and we have resisted them. This is one of the reasons why the January 15, 1966 coup came to be. The gallant men and women of the federal military government of one Nigeria, predominantly those that understood the essence of defense, self-determination, self-preservation, and freedom, were of the Biafran extract. We had docility in the mindsets and the likes of the Oduduwa extract, and also the Hausas and also the Middle Belters. So when our gallant men and women presented the idea of making sure we salvage the lives of millions in one Nigeria, many ran into their wardrobes. Many ran under the skirt of their women, while you only had men of steel and of valor that were able to stand the test of time to see that the coup of 1966, January 15, took place. It was not to safeguard Igbo. It was not to safeguard the Yoruba. It was not to safeguard the Kalabari. It was not to safeguard the Hausas. It was not to safeguard the Ibibio or the Efik or the Ijo or the Shekeri or the Urobo or the Benin and the Edo kingdom. No, it was to the entirety of humanity in one Nigeria. This is to tell you how much the Biafran people have sacrificed from time immemorial to this very time to see that one Nigeria becomes a living place for everyone. Please, as you join the space, do us the favor of sharing and liking and making the space to go viral so that other people can know that we are here. We know it is late in many places, but that notwithstanding, Biafrans are awake 247 because they know that they are at war and they don't need to sleep with their two eyes closed. The sole aim of the defense of the Biafran people, and any Biafran, wherever you see a right-thinking Biafran that understands what freedom is all about, is to see that nobody is massacred. We love self-preservation, we love self-defense, and we love to exercise our human right. We have not been recorded for cutting heads of babies, women, children, and men. No. Our own has ever been to see how the environment becomes industrious, becomes explorable, becomes useful and viable and enabling for people to derive and to impute whatever wisdom and knowledge that they have into play so that other people can be able to get something out of it. A contributive people, people that are able and willing and always available to make you become something in life. If a Biafran had been allowed to be the sole head of one Nigeria for years, you would have seen that one Nigeria wouldn't have been a machete of Britain contraption, Britain hegemonic tendency, and American puppet. One Nigerian would have been a place where everybody will now come to study, where everybody will now come down to come and get what they want, because a Biafran man is a visionary man. Even as you see how they use Peter Obi by Britain, when they saw that MNK was kidnapped, and they saw how the firepower of Biafra had been, knowing too well that Peter Obi is one that can cajole the minds of the people with his sweet, sweet words in his mouth. Also understanding that he is a sabo licking the wounds of the Fulani terrorists. He has killed Biafrans during his reign, and many of them, the likes of them are many, and we cannot sit down here to count them. It's not only Obi, we have Dave Omai, we have Goodluck Jonathan, we have Godswill Akpabio, we have Ayade, we have no, we have Udo Emmanuel, we have all of them in all over the whole eastern region. But when you look at them and what they have, the vision that they have to one Nigeria, their vision is useful and transforming as a Biafran. But that their vision can never be useful in a contract country or organization whereby the mindset of the people in power is centered on Islamic jihad. That is why you can never become anything under one Nigeria. So to this very end, Biafra is the only solution. Biafran people can never be colonized again, because the colonization of one Nigeria against the indigenous people by Lord Lugard, representing the British Empire, had expired before now, and they have tried in thousands and many ways to reenact it and implement it against the will of the people, even in this electronic age. They don't even believe and understand that this is not the Stone Ages where they can do anything and then make it actualize within days. The Biafran people have come to tear apart and to shrink everything that has to do with one Nigeria and Britain. The kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by Britain, Kenya, and Nigeria, and the connivance of some other authorities and unions has already destroyed the existence of one Nigeria. What we are doing now is to make sure we caught the pillar of one Nigeria and Britain to the fall. And we are not stopping, not one iota. So, to this very end, we are happy to give our solidarity and our loyalty to the indomitable Prime Minister of the indigenous people of Biafra, the Obatobie of our time, the great finisher, the Agune Chamber One of our time, the Ikpoki of our time, the Ekperimaristic Ekperima that has Ekperimarized every Momo all over the world for them to come to the fore of Biafra, the Itiare Kundu of our time, which signifies the stone that the builders rejected that has become the chief cornerstone of Biafra. I salute you with all tenacity, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. There is no one compared to you, and we don't even want to have another compared to you, because two of you will not fight for Biafra. One will neither go for one Nigeria, while it is only the Simon Ekpa Njoku that will only fight for Biafra, because everyone are not born with the same gift. It is only those that are embedded with special gifts that will do the bidding of Chukwokike. So, Biafran people are grateful to have you, because without you, our women and children would have been in IDP camps. Our women and children would have been massacred, butchered, their heads cut to pieces, and they would have been buried before this time. The vultures would have used their carcasses to do party day in, day out. You are a blessed being to the Biafran people, and we salute and appreciate you for all your work. It's not an easy thing to lead a stubborn and autonomous set of people of our type, with brains and mindsets moving to and fro like a pendulum bulb. The brains of some average Biafrans are not in equilibrium. So it's not an easy thing for a prime minister of your time, as young as you are, to be able to control and to go in line with the brains and the mindsets of the Biafrans of our time. We salute you for making yourself a sacrifice to see that Biafra is restored. To our eternal leader, super kudos for you to have been a being that fought to show us the pace to follow. And all the heroes and heroines, including the former president of Biafra, Philip Effiong, and the person that actually led the coup as they portrayed him, Kaduna Nzoko, you are a blessed being because you fought for humanity. And to our supreme leader, we cannot say extra much about you, because as we speak, your dynasty can never be erased. Even if the people that answers your name as Namdi Kanu's family are not in line or working obediently with how far you have sacrificed to the Biafran people, your name remains forever. I salute you, my supreme leader. So, the Biafran people are fighting a war. And before now, you've heard that the war is being fought systematically before our supreme leader was kidnapped. But now, they are no more taking it into a systematic pattern. What they are doing now is that they come to kill our women and children in broad daylight, and then everything is unreported. Everything is downplayed. Everything is downplayed through the help of United Nations, International Criminal Court, ECOWAS, America, and UK. A lot of people will say your submission is quite different from the topic recolonization of Nigeria 2024 with British lawmakers in the Senate chambers of one Nigeria. Forget what I write on my uniform, or what I write on my cap, or what I write on my chest, but listen to the message that is coming. We are here for a purpose, And the topic there, or the write-up there, is to be able to bring in those that loves one Nigeria so that they will hear the gospel truth. I will not spend my time talking about one Nigeria when I am fighting for Biafra. Because if you're still answering one Nigeria, that is your own problem. I am a Biafran by birth, and I will die as a Biafran. So, Biafran people are fighting war, and that war now is in the open, and one Nigeria has brought in Britain, America, Europe, and other Asian and Islamic jihadist countries and nations to come in and do what? To come in and join forces and fight. So America is openly sponsoring Islamic jihad while they go to Israel to tell you that they are fighting the same or fighting against the same jihad that is coming into Israel in the name of Hamas terrorists. So the entire world should know and understand this. So, update from the Biafran Defense Forces to the Biafran people and to those journalists that are listening to us and the international community. Take it and take it the way we give it to you, that the Nigerian terrorists are dying in Biafra land. The Nigerian Islamic jihadist terrorists are falling and dying in Biafra land. And we are telling you that in no distant days, we will give you captured alive American, European, and the UK, and the Fulani Islamic jihadists, Arabic and Islamic countries, mercenaries that have been sent into Biafra land. We will give you the photos and the videos alive so that you will see, and we will send a message and connect something for you to understand. So, for today and so far, from the report from the Defense Council and the Watch Council, and from the table of the Prime Minister, a total of 10 armored tanks have been neutralized in 3 days, and we are currently in battle. A total of 10 armored tankers of the Fulani Islamic Jihadist Nigerian Army, Nigerian Defense Military, has been neutralized within 3 days. And they know and understand how much it cost them to have brought those armored tankers to Biafra land to kill and to rape and to cut off heads of babies, women, and children in Biafra land. We are in war and we are not mincing words. That is why, at this very time, we don't meander into irrelevant issues. All we focus and we call on the Biafran media, everyone that is speaking for Biafra, dependent and independent medias, do all you can to expose the atrocities of one Nigeria. Let the entire world understand what is actually happening. And while this war is ongoing unreported, we are casting our vote in a very majestical and psychedelic manner. So we advise everyone to continue to educate others and show them the way and manner of casting their vote. If you have casted your vote already and you want to help someone through to show the person how to, and then when you click back the link, it shows you you have voted already and you cannot vote again. Click on the three dots on the top right corner. I posted a picture and then I pointed the arrow towards that very place. Click that three dot, you will see new incognito. When you click the new incognito, you are in a new tab of window browser. With that, you can now sign into a new Gmail account of the former or the other person that you want to help to put through the process. There you sign in. After you sign in, then you now do what? You type the Biafran Gov website, www.biafrarepublicgov.org. Click search or enter. It will go in. When it goes in, you're in the website officially. What you need to do is click the vote button. When you click the vote button, You continue from there and you're redirected into the server to cast your vote. As simple as ABC. There are thousands and many ways that we can help others and show them how to cast their vote. So the voting must continue while the defense department, the military department are doing their own work. And we will continue to make sure we destroy the terrorists in one Nigeria as far as Biafra is concerned. They have come with fighter jets and then they ran away because they saw, just like Musa had cried, that the airspace had been taken away or taken by Simon Ekpa and his Biafra Liberation Army. So the Biafra Defense Force are doing the needful to make sure Biafra land is safe and sound. As you celebrate the happenings of the day, and anything that is perplexing you for today, be it Valentine and be it whatever that you enjoy, remember that the Biafran Liberation Army are fighting, the Biafran Defense Force entirely are fighting the terrorists. Hundreds of the terrorists have been neutralized in a single day. I'm telling you that one in a single day. Over 11 armored tankers have been neutralized within 3 days. And then over 100 terrorists have been neutralized within a single day in Iyala, which is today. So, the Biafran Defense Force are doing the needful. And the terrorists are running away. They are running. So, push your hunger to the website and let us have more funds, more guns, more bullets, more ammunition for the terrorists to go down. Every terrorist coming into Biafra land must go down. Biafra land is not for them. Biafra land is for you as a Biafran. And you must, as a matter of urgency, do the needful by making sure the website is laughing, the website is smiling. The bank account of the Biafran Republic government in exile is showing 32. We want the teeth of the website and the bank account of the Biafran Republic government in exile to be shining 32 so that everyone will be perplexed. Let there be this imagination of how are they doing it? How is it happening? Then we will tell them how the magic is happening. We will tell them that when next they want to come, they should go and ask why the colonial masters and the king of Belgium sent the missionaries to Africa to come and bastardize the existence of the African people because they understood the power of the African people. They understood the blessing that Chukwukike has given to the African people, the Biafran people, and how formidable and consistent they are. So, we salute all Biafrans and we implore you all to do what? Keep the faith. Continue to encourage others on their voting. Educate them and show them the way and let them understand what they need to do. Those in homeland, be security conscious, stay indoors, and do not try to go close to the windows and to the door posts when you know that the environment is not friendly. That the Biafran Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the Navy, the Air Force are fighting to defend Biafra land. Don't go close to the window or to the doors. The best place is if your bed or your mattress was on top of the bed, please bring it down from the bed, put it on the ground, and take cover on the ground and sleep and relax yourself. because the Zoo Terrorist Army, they are not professional in their roles of engagement. They will start shooting sporadically in the air and they will end up killing innocent citizens. We are pulling them into the red line. Let them come into the red line. Let them enter the buffalo zone. Let them come to where we have opened the front for them, where we have said to be the battle line. It is drawn over there. They should leave the innocent people in the community, come over to the red line, and let us engage and do the fighting. They did not win us in 1967 to 70s, and they cannot win us now. We won them in 1967. That is why they had to call on Britain to bring air bombardment, air, land, and sea to blockade everywhere. And that did not stop us, and that cannot stop us today. So, the Biafran people, a volunteer army that has been set up. Let me repeat that again because I said it before, and you will always hear that from my Prime Minister, and he has repeated it several times, even as I was not with him yesterday when he was here. I did listen to the briefing after that time, and he made it very clear for you people to understand that we don't pay any of the Biafran Defense Force. They are all volunteer armies. So if you're thinking that you will leave the Nigerian army and come over here and we start paying you, that time have come and gone. Anyone that is coming with the blackmail or propaganda that we are paying anybody, no. We have to be a volunteer army serving and ready to defend the motherland with the agility of being able to destroy the zoo terrorists. It is only a volunteer army who are willing to fight for their freedom that can be able to defend and to restore their own nation and to destroy a tyrannic government that has existed for years. So, the Biafran Defense Forces are volunteer armies that are standing their ground to make sure Biafra land is protected, defended at all costs. So you in the diaspora, you have a duty to do. Your own duty is to make sure you utilize the preferences, the opportunity of being in diaspora, which God had placed you there to supply us with all the money, with all the weapons, with all the guns and bullets. Just visit the website, donate for your freedom. The government will take it from there. I thank you all for your humble response that will be coming into the website because all we are here to solicit now is for more funds of guns and bullets. Guns and bullets. We have thousands of men on ground. All we need is guns and bullets. The American and the British and the European and the Islamic jihadis recruited mercenaries coming in from all over the globe cannot stop the Biafran Defense Force, cannot stop the Biafran Armed Forces fighting to make sure Biafra land is defended at all costs because it is our government. It is our land. We know the terrain more than them, and we have everything in our hands. But we need more of acquired sophistication of weaponry. So we need you to do what? Disengage yourself in anything else that you have been doing. Gossip, slander, propaganda, blackmail, wasting your time on other things that are irrelevant. All we need to do is engage people that can give us sources and avenues of funds. We need money. Push them to the website, convince them of understanding the importance of freedom. Let them go and make donations and give us money. You can do it nicodemously, you can do it publicly, whichever way you want to do it. Reach out to any of the cabinet members and let us go. Freedom is not given. Freedom must be gotten by fire, by force. It will not be placed on a platter of gold or on the table for you to come walk peacefully and pick it up. No, you have to fight for it. People have fought and defended their own time. So it is time for us to do same in our own dispensation. That is why we are calling on all Biafrans to live up to expectations, because the mandate is on our table. I salute you all. When you look at one Nigeria corruption and their connivances with British and America and UK and Europe in this very 2024, it is reconnecting you back to the recolonization ethics and tactics of Lord Lugard in 1914. So, if you are to sit back in your Nigeria as you claim to call yourselves, and then you see American or British or European lawyer coming down to Nigeria to come and practice law, and then ends up in your Senate chambers and your lawmakers' chambers, what do you see about that? The constitution that is being used in one Nigeria today is the same constitution that was written and laid down by the British Empire all the way from 1914. They transcended it into 1940 something, and then they transcended it into the fraudulent independence of 1960. All what that constitution has to do is the dominance of power in the hands of the Northern Caliphate. That is why every Northerner will come out and tell you that it is the interest of the North. That is why, even as Tinubu is not a full-fledged blood Yoruba man who was all the way from Guinea Central and is now in one Nigeria, believe you me, 95% of the rulers and leaders of Nigeria are all foreigners, because they sojourn, they come into Nigeria because Nigeria has the most porous of immigration services. So anybody can come and do the document and then become a citizen and answer the name One Nigeria. After all, there is no database system. Your lives are made useless and exposed to all the terrorists, because terrorists rules, terrorists have all your information and they decide your life and they determine what to do and what not to do. They will always do and work to their own interests, but everything against your own interests. So, looking at British or American or European lawmakers coming to a truce with one Nigeria to now do what? Be part and parcel of your Senate chambers. First and foremost, the question you should ask is, can a Biafran, can Oduduwa, can Arewa, can someone that is answering Nigeria be part and parcel of the British lawmakers' chambers? When you have no residence, you have no passport, you've not gone to study law and practice law in Britain or America or Europe for years, or if you are not even born in Britain or a citizen of Britain. Some that may even become British or American or European citizens by marriage do not have that privilege. Some only have the privilege maybe if you are born in that very country. But some by marriage do not have that privilege to be part and parliament of the lawmakers' chambers. So, you are announcing in 2024, because the firepower of the Biafra Republic government in exile is burning, burning, burning. And the festival of fire, he is denigrating all the arms of government of one Nigeria in Biafran territory, and all the oil farms and gases are going down. And then you see the report that the economic strangulation of one Nigeria by the Biafran government in exile and de facto in the homeland is making waves. So they have to look for ways and manners of trying to reenact measures and recolonize the contraption again in 2024. Why? And how is that so possible? Because we have docile people working as rulers and leaders of the contraption. That is why it is very easy. Now ask yourself another question. Can a Nigerian or a Biafran or Duduwa, Arewa passport holder goes to UK, America, or Europe without visa? No, you cannot. Can you go to UK, America, Europe without suffering so much before you get there? No. Can you have free visa to that place? No. No. You know, some useless people that do not understand what politics is all about and what diplomatic ties or diplomacy or international relations is all about will see all this nonsense and then they will start jubilating because everybody wants to go to Canada. Everybody wants to go to Europe. Everybody wants to go to UK because America, UK, and Europe made made Nigeria to be that deplorable for you so that when you see this kind of offer, all of you will now be beating drums. You'll be jumping up and down and say, oh, this is live in heaven. When they make a poor man to beg for the entirety of his or her life, a poor man will always now be jumping at bread when a rich man is eating. A rich man will be eating meat and the highest capacity of beef. When only a piece of bread is thrown at you as a poor man, you will jump at it and say that you have seen heaven. So one Nigeria has already been stereotyped in a way that all of you will see life in misery, in pauper, in jeopardy, and in penury. So when you now see any silly offer thrown or any publication done by America, UK, Europe, or even one Nigeria itself to acclaim that they are coming to your aid, you will always jump at it. At times, I don't blame all of you. I blame the hegemonic tendency that has bastardized the brains of every Africans for years because it's not an easy thing. I listen to many scholars speak, and when they finish speak, they only lament about the hegemonic tendencies of the colonial masters, but they don't have preferred solutions to give. When I listen to Professor Lumumba speaks, and then at the end of the day, he doesn't prefer solutions. He only speaks, has a very good speaker, a wisdom man that understands the history, and he speaks and gives you and tells you what one Nigeria have done, what America have done, what UK have done, what Europe have done, and what the international community have done to Africa, but no preferred solutions. But it is only the Biafran Republic government in Israel that speaks and gives you solutions. It's only Mazina Mikano that speaks and gives you the solutions. It's only the Prime Minister of the indigenous people of Biafra that speaks and gives you solutions. So there is this disparity and this reality that you need to pick out. Compare and contrast and understand what freedom is all about. Being a good speaker is different from being a solution provider and giving the way forward. So in Biafra, you have the way out. So you cannot go to America, UK, Europe, and then go and then become a lawyer and become part and parcel of their chambers. But the colonial masters are today recolonizing your morons and telling you that they are coming and sending their lawyers to come and practice and become part and parcel of your judiciary system. What do you understand by that? Because they have to come and recalvanize your brains and make laws that you will see and seem, oh, it is a law that is made by a white man. Oh, this is the best law ever. The same way that they did from 1914. Because anything that a black man is telling you, oh, man, you are a fucking nigger. I know you go reach your mama's house. I know you go reach your papa's house. Is it not this Simon Ekpa that I know in Ebonyi State? Is it not Mazenam Dikano that I know in Papa house? I know him Gori. Oh, is it not Okparawa Sonu that I know him in Ibesikbo Sut and I know where in Papa come from? I know where he schooled. He was a product of a mainland technical college. He was a product of this defense academy. He was a product of this college. He was a product of this place. I know him. Huh? We schooled together in primary school. We schooled together in nursery school. You're wasting your time. I know him finish. A white man that is coming all the way from one Nigeria, UK, America, and Europe. Oh my God. What he will say is what will supersede what all of you are saying. So they will take that one. So they have understood that you are still being doomed by the colonization pattern in your brain. That is why they are now sending the colonial masters, lawmakers, to come and be part and parcel of your Senate chambers and be making laws for you. So that when they make the laws, you will not have anything to say no. They will galvanize your brain into believing that they are actually bringing the best for you. Which best has one Nigeria ever given to you? I thank God that the Biafran Republic government in Israel, de facto in the homeland, and the Biafran people have taken their stand, and we are casting our vote for referendum. So if you like, allow Britain to recolonize you another time in 2024 with their lawmakers coming to be part and parcel of your legal or your lawmakers' chambers, because you are all going to die in doom. What is the advantage and disadvantage of the lawmakers of Britain and Europe and America coming to be part and parcel of your green and yellow and white and legal chambers? Why are they not going straight to tackle the terrorists that has become a menace in one Nigeria? Why are they leaving the real issue to go for issues that are irrelevant? They are leaving the advantages that they are coming for their interests. The disadvantage is that they are leaving the real issue and they are now going for an opportunity that they will use to galvanize your brain into sitting down docile while the Fulani terrorists will be sponsored by them, and then they will come down and end up killing all of you. The reason why Britain is coming, America is coming, Europe is coming to recolonize you in 2024 again is to make sure that Islamic Jihad prevail. I want you to remember what happened before now. Let me get a video and then I'll play this video. You will listen to what happened before. The role that Britain played. It's good when you understand the role that Britain played, and then you will not waste your time too much to dabble into what Britain will do tomorrow. Britain is the mother and the father of destruction. Britain have played a very dangerous role before now. When they came to Africa, their sole aim and objective is to make sure that they allow this Islamic Jihad to prevail and to take over you. It is not because of any other thing, but because of their sole interest in your resources. Their sole interest in your resources is very, very important to them. This is one thing that all of you tends to ignore. All of you tends to ignore this because you don't seem to understand. Britain's reason of coming is because of the resources that you own, because they want to make do of the resources. They want to make sure the resources is in their own hands. It doesn't matter how many of you are dying or being maimed or massacred on a daily basis. Oh, your resources is the important thing. Have you asked yourself why they are heading and abetting the genocide in Ukraine today? What does it take from them to make peace, make sure that peace reigns amongst the Ukrainians and the Russians? and the people that want their freedom. No, they will not do it because they will now look for where it will favor them. Then they will continue to supply them more weapons so that the people in those places will be killed, massacred, and destroyed. Then they will now have a way of getting something back. Britain's sole aim in Africa is to make sure you continue in perpetual bondage. India have passed through their ordeal. Many other nations have passed through their ordeals. It takes someone that understands what the secrecy of Britain is all about to be able to stand firm and to destroy Britain. And for you to be able to destroy Britain, you need people like our Prime Minister. You need people that understand applying the ordinary and the extraordinary to Britain to be able to subdue them. Britain have their ways and manners of committing their evil, and their evil will continue to prevail if you give them a safe haven. That safe haven is what we are cutting off the safe haven of Britain in Biafra land. When you finish cut off the safe haven of Britain, you will see that the people in your communities will be alive. Britain will be dismembered by their power nations, that power organization that they are using to do what? To enmask the killings of everyone. The evil that these people have in their minds and in their souls is something that you don't need to overlook and go to sleep. You need to be awake 24/7 to understand the evil of Britain.
And when the British colonized the North in 1900, what do we, the British, do? We very cleverly rule with a few hundred district officers through the Muslim emirs. It was the best thing that ever happened to Islam in Nigeria.
We cleverly ruled. They cleverly ruled.
And when the British colonized the North in 1900, what do we, the British, do? We very cleverly rule with a few hundred district officers through the Muslim emirs. It was the best thing that ever happened to Islam.
It was the best thing that ever happened to Islam. Are you getting the point? So, in 2024, they have gone to sit back and remember the strategies that they use, and remember that they cleverly used that tactics before. And it is another way because they have sat back to see that, oh, Tinubu is kind of fidgeting. Tinubu is going front and coming back. When they give him decisions to take, he will now reconsider Oduduwa people first before he will now come back to reconsider Islam. So now what they are going back is, how do we now go back to the ancient decision that we have taken to see how we can now do the recolonization again? Because when you are able to overturn everything in the lawmaking chambers of a country, a layman in the village will not have a say.
In Nigeria. Because before then, if you were a Muslim, you went, say, to the Tiv area, what would happen? You'd be dead. Under the British, you could go as a Muslim trader and you could live and you could spread your message of Islam. So the British enabled Islam to spread in Nigeria and the British stopped the spread of Christianity.
The British enabled Islam to spread in Nigeria and they stopped the spread of Christianity. Who is supplying weapons to the Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists today? It is Britain, it is Europe, it is America. Today you see the weapon shields of America that we have shown you from the battlefield. This one is not hidden, this one is not photoshopped. If you want us to do it as a video so that you will not say, oh, This is Photoshop. We will do it as a video. Can somebody Photoshop video again? How can you Photoshop video again, please? So, if I Photoshop video, then I use my hand to wave above the image. You should be able to see now that this one not be Photoshop video. They stop the spread of Christianity and make sure that Islam prevail, because it is to their own interest. It will be able to surmount the mindset of a Christian, because a Christian will always be shouting blood of Jesus, Holy Mary, Mother of God, Mother of Father, Mother of Sister, olive oil, chaplain. But a Fulani will do what? A Fulani will do the mandate that the British has given to them. So they stop what? The spread of Christianity and made sure Islam prevailed. It is not different from the ethics that they are using today, and they want to reenact today and recolonize you right from inside your lawmakers' chambers. For the foolish ones that are still believing in one Nigeria, because Biafrans have their own different mandate. And we are already legitimizing the existence of one Nigeria in Biafra land. That is why the necessity for Britain to come in now, and Europe and America to come and find a way to recolonize their lawmakers' chambers again is necessary for them, because of the firepower of the Biafran Defense Force.
Because Lugard kept missionaries out of the north.
Frederick Lugard kept missionaries out of the north. Frederick Lugard. Now, the Lord Lugard that contract all of you together, he kept missionaries out of the north. Which missionaries? Were they Islamic religious missionaries? No. It was Christian religious missionaries, because the Christian religious missionaries are the ones that were brought in by them in the first place to come and bastardize your own African traditional religion. So when it was, they were the same people that brought them home, okay. But when it is now time for the conquest, they now kept them out of the north. They now made sure that the Christian religion has been done what? Stopped. Yet, they allow the Islamic religion to prevail and to trade and to go far and wide to dominate every other ethnicity. Because they had what? A plan. And that same plan is not different from what they have today.
When the British colonized the north in 1900, what do we, the British, do? We very cleverly rule with a few hundred district officers through the Muslim emirs. It was the best thing that ever happened to Islam in Nigeria. Because before then, if you're a Muslim, you went, say, to the Tiv area, what would happen? You'd be dead. Under the British, you could go.
Before then, did you listen? Before then, if you go to the TV area, as Islamic jihadist Muslim, you will be dead. If you go to that side that do not believe in the Muslim, in the Islamic jihad, whereby what they believed in is their traditional religion, which they used to fight every alien religion. Before then, if you go there, you will be dead, because they will surmount you and destroy you. But what happened? Because Britain has seen them as a very good tool. Britain now decided to use them. And to now do what? They use this colonization of the lawmakers' chambers to shuttle the chances of Christian preachers and Christianity to have a voice. And then they make sure the Islamic jihad prevailed. They did not do it for no just reason. They did it for the reason of their conquest, because they knew what they would now see to use those people to gain. They saw the power in you with your traditional religion as an African, that you were using the power to do what? To defeat them, to fight them, and to win wars against them. So they were now looking for weaker vessels that can now be useful to them to use to now come to destroy your own ways of worship and everything that you were using against them. They found one that was very useful. And that one that was very useful was what? It was the Islamic Jihad. So they find a way to stop your Christian religion. They did not just sit back in Britain and then say they stop Christian religion. No, they did it through your lawmakers' chambers. So you see this thing that is happening now, that they say British lawmakers are coming to be part of One Nigeria lawmakers to make decisions in the Senate. This is the recolonization of the British and One Nigerian contraption by British again, to be able to reenact and strengthen this thing that they had done before. In a way of doing what? Killing Christianity, killing Christians' standpoint in one Nigeria, so that Islamic Jihad will prevail. At the end of the day, they will kill every Christian. Today, some of you are celebrating and enjoying Valentine. Do you know that the Valentine that you are celebrating was a Christian preacher? Do you know that the Valentine that you're preaching was a Christian preacher who was beheaded? His head was cut off and hung on a spike by a Roman emperor who said, Christianity, nobody should preach against about Christian again. Nobody should preach against his own tyrannic government. Do all of you know about it? No. You only heard the part that they said, love is forever. Love is for all. Let us celebrate love. Love will last forever. So you now pick only that part, and you are celebrating the Valentine's Day. But you don't know that a Christian who was upholding the dignity of Christian, the dignity of the Bible, the dignity of Christianity, was beheaded, and his head was hung on a spike, cut off and hung on a spike. Why? Because of what? Standing his ground for Christianity. So you only pick the part that you hear that they said love lasts forever, and then you now celebrate 14th of February. But you don't get the whole story of how Claudius, the Roman emperor, bastardized this Christian and then cut off the head. Today, it is the same thing that Britain and British is doing to all of you. Aiding the Islamic Jihad and cutting off the heads of Christians, butchering women and babies and children. And you are celebrating Britain. All of you want to go to Britain now. All of you want to go to America. All of you want to go to Canada. All of you want to go to Europe. Your mothers, your sisters, your ancestors that were already taken to Europe, America, and UK to build Europe, to make America and UK to become a place that you see today as slaves is not enough for you, because they have made your Africa to become so deplorable and useless that they now take everything down to America and UK and Europe and the West. So they now sit back there and be calling you, come over, come and take visa and come and work for us, while you are still in this 21st century working to increase the GDP of their own Western world, working to increase the GDP of their own countries, working to increase the growth of their own country and their economy, while your own is dying. Today, how much is your Naira? Naira is 4 times useless than Sefa. Sefa is now stronger than Naira 4 times. Naira has become very useless because your leaders went into borrowing, and they borrow. They use your intestine and your saliva and your heart. They even use your stomach. They use your unborn children to pay as collateral for the borrowing that they did. And then they devalued your currency. They devalued your currency to be able to meet up to the debt, which is a condition that was given to them. So when somebody was asking Peter Obi, how will you be able to work on the debt when the foreign reserves is already upside down compared to what you are deriving in a day? That shows how useless the journalist is, because the money that is going out of one Nigeria is more than what they declare to you. You have every possibility with transparency to be able to service everything, even without borrowing a dime. Every country have to borrow when need be, but there are ways and manners with vast resources that you have that you can service your debt until you go out of the foreign debt and then you don't borrow anything. If, for example, you are told that 3,000 barrels of ton of oil and gas is going out of one Nigeria, that is what is declared to you. But yet, in actual sense, what is going out is 1,000 barrels. Sorry, if 300 barrels was told to you that is what is going out, in actual sense, 1,000 barrels is going out. What is happening to the 700 barrels? Why can't you be able to service and take care of everything when there is no lie, deception, and there is no discrepancies? So, something that is built on corruption and lies, how can it become something useful? Listen to British criminal.
As a Muslim trader, and you could live and you could spread your message of Islam. So the British enabled Islam to spread in Nigeria, and the British stopped the spread of Christianity because Lugard kept missionaries out of the north. He only let missionaries go to the parts that were not under Muslim rule, like the Jos Plateau. So the Christian church in the Middle Belt thrived in areas that had never been conquered by the House of Fulani. Why are there huge areas of the north of Nigeria depopulated today? The answer is jihad. Because those who weren't enslaved by the House of Fulani or conquered by the House of Fulani, they either died by the sword or they fled to the hills, like the Plateau, like the Goza Hills in Bornu. And in those hills, when I was there in the 1970s, there were no Muslims, none whatsoever. The people followed African traditional religion and were dwelling Christians.
The people followed African tradition in their own way. Before, there were no Islamic jihadists. The people followed African traditions in their own way, and they worshiped the true God, and they were making exploit. But with Britain in the space, they had to do what? Bring in Islamic jihad as a tool that will be able to give them their economic, their political, and their criminal interests. Are you getting the point? So, this is what is happening. And in this very 2024, you can see them coming back again. And since 1970 to this very day, they have been doing the same thing. But because the Biafra awareness has opened the eyes of everybody, and you can see the firepower of Biafra Republic government in exile now, supervising the Biafra Defense Force under the command of the chief, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Biafra, Simon Ekpa Nchoku, the general. Now, they see that they must do what? They must look for other ways to meander, to see how they can be able to deceive the people and see if they can have a second chance of recolonizing the brainwashed Nigerians. Not Biafrans, because Biafrans have taken their stand already.
Because down on the plain, it was the Muslim Kanuri, and they're the ones that slave raided. So what's going on today in the Middle Belt? It's nothing to do with herdsmen and farmers. It's nothing to do with Muslim herdsmen, nomadic Fulani, and settled Christian farmers. No, and it's certainly nothing to do with climate change.
It has nothing to do with climate change. But United Nations is reporting to you that what is happening is farmers-haters clash. America is reporting to you that what has to do now is farmers-haters clash and climate change. UK is reporting same. International Criminal Court is reporting same. Amnesty International is reporting same. ECOWAS nonsense is reporting same. That what is happening in one Nigeria today is what? Climate change. This is someone that has been there in the one Nigerian contraption, and is telling you that they played cleverly to make sure that what? The Islamic Jihad prevail for their political, economic interests. And they will stop at nothing, and they will continue to do it. While some of you are foolishly telling your mumu children and women that it is as a result of climate change, it is farmers' haters clash. This is somebody that has been there before. He said the last time he was there before he left was 1970. And he's telling you that nothing has to do with farmers' haters clash. Nothing has to do with climate change. That it is the legacy that they had set out that is prevailing, that they are the one aiding and abetting the Islamic Jihad for their own political and corruption and monetary interests, because they want to kill everything that has to do with Christian. Did you hear where I played where he said that they cleverly made sure that the spread of Christianity was curtailed? And then they made sure that Islamic Jihad prevailed and superseded the preaching and the awareness of Christianity. Why did they do so? Because they stand to gain something. But these are the same people that brought the Bible to you. These are the same people that tell you that blessed are the poor in spirit, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. But they themselves, they are not waiting to inherit the kingdom of God when they go to heaven. Oh, they are trying everything to rip you out while they are on earth now. They are trying everything to take all the resources that you have in your lands today. They are not waiting for their own roulette watches in heaven. They are not waiting for their own oil and gas when they get to heaven. They are not waiting for their own private jets when they get to heaven. They are not waiting to acquire all the weapons in this life when they get to heaven. They are hell-bent on getting it all now and now that they see themselves on this planet Earth. And they have seen that the footstool that they can use is Africa, and specifically Nigeria, because it is where they have seen the population, it is where they have seen the willing tools, it is where they have seen that there is vast resources embedded in all the indigenous lands. So they want to make use of the indigenous lands resources to fund the jihad to their own interest. Are you all understanding why the recolonization of Nigeria in 2024 by the British bringing their lawmakers into your Senate chambers is coming to be again? It is not to the Biafran people, because it is because of the firepower of the Biafran people that has made them to wake up, because they have massacred Christians in thousands and in millions, and nobody is speaking about it. It is only the Biafran people that are standing their ground to say we cannot remain unprovoked. We have to destroy anything that has to do with one Nigeria so that we can be alive. And we are even defending others that are not of the Biafran extract. So they have seen that the Biafran people have become the light of one Nigeria that are trying to save others and trying to remove bread from their mouth and put stone. So what are they doing and what are they thinking? We must come and stop them. We must come and kill everything Christians. Who removed Nigeria from the list of countries that violate religious freedom? Who removed Nigeria from the list of countries that are killing Christians and killing other religious practices? It is America. When America removed it, you think that it was just America that did it alone? Britain were behind them. And Europe were behind them. ECOWAS made it possible. And then the Islamic Jihadist organization saw a safe haven to trade upon. So if you're still sleeping and shouting one Nigeria, doom is your own end. Because what this man is saying here is not different from the reportage from United Nations. United Nations Secretary visited Nigeria. The attorney of International Criminal Court visited Nigeria. And when they came back, what they are reporting to international community is that the genocide ongoing in one Nigeria is as a result of climate change. But this man here has just told you that what is happening in Nigeria has nothing to do with climate change, that there is no disaster of climate. Everything that is happening is Islamic jihad. But what they are portraying there is what this man is just telling you. This man's message is referring to far away to 1970s, the role that Britain, America, and Europe played.
Because down on the plain, it was the Muslim Kanuri, and they're the ones that slave raided. So what's going on today in the Middle Belt? It's nothing to do with herdsmen and farmers. It's nothing to do with Muslim herdsmen, nomadic Fulani, and settled Christian farmers. No, and it's certainly nothing to do with climate change driving out the Fulani. This is quite simply jihad. This is just an extension of Usman Dan Fodio's jihad by other means. But nobody in England dare call it jihad because they're all scared of being called Islamophobic. But I'm not. I don't hate any Muslim.
This is simply jihad. Jihad means holy war of the Islamic jihadist sect, which the sole aim is all about. Let us Islamize the entire world, kill everyone that is Christian, that do not believe in Islamic ethics and jihad. Let us make sure the entire world is Islamized. These are the same terrorists that are fighting against the Israelis from the Hamas region. These are the same Palestinian terrorists. These are the same Afghanistan terrorists, the Taliban that took over Afghanistan. These are the same terrorists that are attacking from the Iranian unit. These are the same terrorists that are attacking also out from Syria. These are the same terrorists that are spreading all over the globe. The sole aim is all about jihad. So, the thing that baffles everyone here is that one Nigeria is funded by America, UK, and Europe, and one Nigeria is the same terrorist organization as the Hamas terrorists and the Palestinian terrorists and the Afghanistan terrorists. But yet, the same UK now, who is funding, and Europe and America, who is funding one Nigeria as a terrorist organization, is now going to tell Israel, we are standing with you and we are ready to fund you because we want you to kill the jihad. So which jihad are you fighting? Biafran people, Biafra land is in total control of the Biafran Republic government in exile. Yes. um, we just saw a video where, anyway, let's leave this one. Let's continue. So, Biafran people should understand that the Biafran Defense Forces, led by the Commander in Chief of the Armed Forces, is in charge and securing Biafra land. And Biafran Defense Forces are fighting with everything that they have. So, we are imploring all Biafrans to swing into action, cast their vote, and then take their anger to the website and drop more funds. More guns and bullets are needed at this very time. When we rain bullets on the terrorists from morning till night, we need to replace those bullets. Every bullet that is dispersed turns into shattered, and then you see it in a disassembled manner. You see it as shells. You cannot make use of a disassembled bullet or shell. You can now only input a new bullet that is not on shield into the weapon, into the gun, into the AK-47 to be able to fire again, or into the machine gun or the RPG. So, since morning and for the past 84 hours, uh, sorry, 99, for the past 94 hours, it's been firing, firing, firing. So now we need more guns and more bullets. So visit the website and make donations and let the Biafran Defense Forces have enough to be able to make do with. I salute all Biafrans listening to us, and I see my minister there, Mazio Tumamaya. I see my minister, Mr. Suno. I see my minister, Chinwe, from the license office, and many of you. I did see my minister of military department. Maybe he has retired due to one or two duties. And I see Biafra license Italia. And then I see many of you joining in from all units. And lovers of Biafra and haters of Biafra, you are all welcome to this very space. My minister Otunwamoya, you are on the co-host, and I need a second co-host because Biafrans would love to speak. So whoever is disposed for a second co-host, please indicate. Let us give you the second co-host as we continue. Minister Otunwamoya, over to you, please, as we move on for Biafrans to aid their views. Please reach out to the microphone and say something. Thank you
my
so much. We
minister. Good
appreciate
evening
all
from
of
my
you.
end.
Thank you to the media team because your work is speaking and the media is a cock 247. I appreciate you all. Those that are not yet speaking and those that are not yet doing one or two things in the media, please. Every Biafran now has the obligation to become a media personnel because we need to continue to create the awareness and educate many people and then spread the gospel. If you've had issues with one another before, forgive yourself and forgive the person and then come back to the fore. We need everybody and every hands on deck. You are not the primary enemy now. The primary enemy now are the terrorists coming into Biafra land. So keep your ego and pride and prejudice aside. Come back and have this unity of purpose in your mind. Biafra first. And remember that even as we say, keep everything behind, there must be discipline. Without discipline, we cannot go far and we cannot go forward. There is no government or no group of people that comes together to do something that don't have a standard of discipline. If we have no standard of discipline, everyone will do haphazardly and turn everything upside down. That is why we try to curtail some things, even though we cannot control this media that we don't have control of 247. But we are calling on everyone to do the needful in making sure the awareness is spread everywhere. I thank you all for all Biafrans that have turned themselves into the media personnel, making sure the entire world hear and know what is happening in your own ways and manners. Please continue and keep up the faith and keep up the fight. We are all together in this, and it is Biafra or nothing. Now our government be this, and we not agree. There will Chineke. My minister Otunwawanya, over to you, please.
Finally, wow, finally, my minister, he decided to release the mic. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Unfortunately, your network does not allow me to hear you. So
Can
let
you
me
hear
bring
me?
you down and bring you up because as a
Oh my
co-host,
God.
I should hear you with everything that will be going on so that if network kicks me out, I'll be able to. So I bring you up again. That is network issue, we understand. We will refresh it and bring you back again. So before my co-host comes back, Jack Obiora, Jack Obiora, Jack Obiora.
Hello, can you
The
hear
mic.
me? Okay,
Very well, sir.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Good evening, my minister. Um, I want to greet all the ministers here present. And my brothers and sisters, fellow Biafrans, I greet everybody. I want to first of all thank Chiko Kabiama for not relenting on his promise to us in giving us Biafra in our time. I want to thank him for the victory accorded to us since 4 days now, and the ones that are yet to come. And the return match we are going to play, I want to thank Chukwu Kabiama for the victory that is already waiting for us. We shall celebrate. I want to especially thank Chukwu Kabiama for the life of Mazin and the Kanu. We can feel what he's going through in the prison. We can feel his resilience, persistence in keeping and holding the state for us, like Moses did during the time of Israelites. I want to thank our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, who has left everything and said that this is the mission of God that he wants to pick up. I want to thank him. We should keeping on. That victory is ours. I thank all the government of the Biafra Republic government in exile and homeland, every of us that are working day and night to make sure that this our dream of Biafra land comes to pass, that will bequeath it to our generations to come. I want to just throw more light on our ministers, the point you've highlighted a lot. I have a way of viewing things anyway. I don't know, you might see it as maybe it's not the opinion of so many or not, but I see Christianity and Islam as a political tool. That is how I see it. I'm a core Christian, a core one for that matter. But when you begin to see the truth about so many things, you have to retreat. So, but there is difference between these two religions. They are political tools, and they are established for a purpose. Like when we talk about the one world order, we know that the perfect tool to achieve one world order is Islam. Because in their belief, in their action, and in activities, you cannot betray or go against their belief. They are just like zombies. They follow and follow your leader. They just follow like that. They respect everything. No argument. Nobody will rebel against it. Christians, they can rebel. Some of them, when they realize that this is not the path we are supposed to be going, some of them will change their mind. Because in this, their system, they don't want anything rebel. They don't want anybody to oppose. They don't want anybody to start speaking the truth. They don't want anybody to see the backside of what they are doing. So they need a political tool, which Islam offers, for them to be able to Islamize the whole world and control the whole world with one government. The only thing about Christianity is that when any state or any country that practices Christianity, it is a kind of a bedroom for Islam to come and destroy. Why did I say so? Because with Christianity, they can easily create corruption. They can easily corrupt the system, destroy things that are not indigenous to the people. They can use it to manifest so many things and be able to plant Islam into the system. Because with money, with every other thing, they can easily corrupt Christians and bring in their doctrine or whatever they want to do, either by indoctrinating people to turn to Islam or by killing through terrorism. Because that is what is happening in Nigeria. Through Christianity, they've been able to corrupt so many Christian leaders, corrupt all of them with money, and convert those they want to convert. But the indigenous people, the people of Biafra, who are indigenous, the people who God himself has created, those who have risen up and said, this your style of political conquest cannot work, have started to resist them right from ab initio. And this resistance, they don't like it. They already know from time immemorial. The British know, because if they go to ask their forefathers if they are still alive, how our forefathers, our ancestors dealt with them. If not because of this same religion that they use to conquer us, they wouldn't have won us in battle. So they know about how stubborn we are. They know what our capability is, and they know what we can do. That is why they are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that the Islamization agenda is brought to the fore in Biafra land, so that they will conquer the land, take our resources, and achieve whatever thing they want to achieve. I was speaking in the space today, I was telling us about the way the Nigeria resource, the Biafra land and the Nigeria state entirely is pivotal to this one world order. Why? Because all the mineral resources, all the material resources that is needed to produce weapons that Russia is boasting of today, they have it in that place we call Biafra land and Nigeria. So they will achieve everything they want. They can boycott Russia without doing anything with Russia. Fuck Russia oil. They have it in Biafra land, pure ones. The materials to produce armament and munitions, they have it in Biafra land. They have it in other parts of Nigeria. So this area is a pivotal point for them to secure. That is why I said that the Democratic Party of the USA are the people that installed the APC, and they are the people controlling the APC. And it is the agenda of this Democratic Party that APC must be in government. That is what Obama said, keeping Nigeria one is a tax that must be done. Because it is part of the agenda of the one world order. Because when they succeeded in removing Trump and brought this old man that they are controlling for the backyard, it is still exactly what they are doing to APC. The policies that they are initiating to APC, that is the same policy that is happening in the USA. But I want us to know, let us begin to see the level of demons that we are fighting, that we need resources to tackle these demons. They will come in different forms. They won't give up. You watch the way they are fighting Trump. If you watch the examples of these people they are fighting in Nigeria, they will make sure that they fight you till you stand still. Even though they are receiving defeat from Ukraine and from Russia, they won't back down from supporting Ukraine. That is the kind of demons of people we are facing. But we will defeat them. We will defeat them to the extent that they will know that there is no way they will go again. Because they are doing this thing by proxy. They are not doing it directly. But those people that they are sending by proxy, by the time we finish dealing with them, then we tell them that they won't go that message they are sending them again. So I want to conclude by urging our people. We are seeing the way things are going. With the battle we have won in the past 4 days, and the ones that are about to come. We will not wait for these people to come and be attacking and be attacking. We have to go into the offensive. We need funds. Please, I beg our people. This is our redemption. This is our opportunity. This is our life. We are nothing if we don't have Biafra. This is our inheritance. This is the gift of God to us. This work of Biafra we are doing is the work of God on earth. This is the work of Chukwu Okike Abiama, the work that God has given us to come and do. If you say you are a pastor, you say a man of God, you say you are a believer, you are not doing any other work. This is the work of God. That Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, after attending university, after going to his master's degree, opening a company, married a wife, got a kid, and abandoned these things, sacrificed his parents to do the work of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Or Simon Ekpa, who has attained everything that a man should attain and enjoy life, abandoned these things and said that this is the cause that he must pursue, that will fulfill him as a person. My brothers and sisters, this work we are doing is the work of Chukwu Okike Abiama. We should take it seriously as if we are taking our life is attached to it. It is the work of God on earth. I want to make example with our brother who just died. I'm not trying to insult the dead, but I just want to make a point. This guy has suffered for how many years trying to build an empire, building a foundation on a muddy ground, a foundation that will not stand. If this man had given, even if it's 200 million naira to the Biafra army to fight, if he had died today, his name will reign forever in the history of Biafra. And he has done something great. All those things he has hustled for, the money and everything he has acquired, the day he left, everything died. And that is the end of his story. It is a foundation in the muddy ground. It will sink. Please, my brothers and sisters, we have no other thing on this earth. Our legacy is what we achieve. How are we able to protect that inheritance which we promise God Almighty that we will protect forever and ever? And I want to assure us, our brothers and sisters, that there is a gift each and every one of us has that Chuko Kabiama gave us to come into this world. That gift is something we have to exploit. Some of us know it, some of us don't know it. If you don't know your own, begin to ask questions, because this gift, you are not just giving to it alone, to come and do any other thing. You are giving that gift to come and befit the land of Biafra, to come and secure Biafra, to come and bring Biafra. Go and discover your talents, that gift that God gave you. If it is whatever thing it is, use it now to make this Biafra a possibility. And when this Biafra come, use that gift also to beautify Biafra, to make it heaven on earth. I want to thank our Minister of Information for giving me this opportunity to speak. And I want to thank Chuko Kabiama, who has been protecting us and keeping us in this space, because this space is penetrating them. And once we are hearing our messages, they want to shut us down, but we will not come down. We are like spirit, we don't die. We resurrect and resurrect as thousands will come. And I say that the spirit of Biafra will fall upon us that are gathering upon this room today. And those that are still in homeland and in abroad, that the spirit of Biafra will begin to resonate and ginger us to fight till we get this freedom. I thank you. I rest my case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brother Jack.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Minister, thank you.
My co-host, welcome back. Let me
Yes, I hope
play
you can
some
hear me
guys.
now.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm
Can you
hearing
hear
you.
me?
Hearing you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Let me add something before you take over. Jack, you've spoken well, but let me play a devil's advocate here now to those that will be angry. When you check the Bible and where it is reprinted and sent back into Africa in abundance, you see that it is the British, the Americans, the Europeans that are doing the reprinting. And they are trying to spread Christianity, right? And in the Bible, it is written that the Word of God is free. You don't need to pay for the Word of God. But these same people are reprinting it to do what? And translating it in their own way that will favor their mindset. And then they are making money out of it. They are selling it back to you. They are not giving you free of charge. Are you getting the point? So, when we now look and then see that the same people are not reprinting the Quran and they are not reselling the Quran to the people, but rather they are reprinting the Bible and also translating it in different versions and selling it out and back. So you see it now that it is not Christianity that is the problem. It is not Christianity that is the problem. It is the people that have decided to use Christianity as a tool to destroy the earth. So, and when they now come down, they see willing tools that comes in the name of the fake prophet and pastors and bishops, and they are ready to carry out these hegemonic tendencies and mandate of Britain, America, and Europe for all this to prevail. So we have nothing against the Christianity as a religion, As a matter of fact, it is part and parcel of the three religions of the United States of Biafra: Christianity, Omenana, and the Jewish religions. Islamic religion can never and will never be part of a religion and practice in Biafra land because these are demons and monsters. So it is not only who answer the name Christianity or Christian or who is portraying the Christianity that is the problem. It is how the people that have bastardized and decided to use Christianity as a tool to work for them. When you listen to the video that I played, the British man said, "We cleverly made Christianity to die off and for the smoke to die off." And then we did what? We cleverly projected and made Islamic Jihad to overcome the entire people. And he said in quote, previously, that the people of this community were predominantly powerful with their African traditional religions. So, and they understood the power that was embedded in the African traditional religions of these people. So, they now decided to do what? Use Islamic religion to supersede them by coming what? With Christian religion first in the first place, and then they don't even stand to support the Christian religion that they brought, so they brought it as a tool. But Christianity as a religion has no problem. But because of the people that brought them and the mandate that they have, just like you see the recolonization of Nigeria now, they have colonized you people before under Frederick Lugard, and they knew what they were doing because it is all about their oil and gas and monetary interests and political interests. So they now have to now use the other people, which is the Islamic Jihad, that have the same mindset and likeness like them of criminality, deception, and destruction of lives and property that will help them to harness their own hidden agenda. A thief will always have an agreement with a thief. A rapist will always have an agreement with a rapist. A criminal will always go in line with a criminal to have a meeting with a criminal because they are like minds. They can rub their minds together and have an agreement that you, that is not a criminal, will not come to be. So that is the clear reason why Britain, America, Europeans uses this as a tool to be able to destroy the people. They will now come back weakening the same Christianity. You see what is happening now. America, Europe, Britain removed Nigeria from the list of violators of countries that persecute and kill and destroy other religions, predominantly Christians. But yet they are funding the Islamic Jihad to make sure the Islamic jihadists, right from what they were doing before 1970s, continue to kill the Christians because they are using it as a tool to weaken the people that they call Christians, yet they now use the Islamic Jihad to use it for their conquest agenda. America and UK and Europe, they know what they are doing. Now they are not hiding it again and they're coming into Biafra land with even their own foot soldiers in American, UK, and European uniforms. I tell you, the Biafran Defense Forces are dealing with them head on. And we're not going to stop. So, victory to the Biafran people. Everyone should turn their anger to the websites and then drop something as we continue to gather more guns and bullets to destroy the enemies of Biafra. My Minister Otumwamanya, over to you, please. We need one other co host. So, please, when you pick the mic, indicate if you're disposed for another co host. Let us know. Minister Otumwamanya, over to you, please.
Okay, let me quickly make my submission, and after that, I'm going to leave the co-host because it's late here where I am now. Because you've spoken to a very long time. But anyway, I want to make my submission very simple and quick. You know, what I'm gonna say is that whatever our enemies like, let them do. We're not going to back down here on space. We're not going to back down in our land, on our space. We're not giving up in this fight because we have chosen to die
standing, fighting, not on our knees. It is better we die fighting than to live all our lives as slaves and is subject to colonialism. That we can never allow to happen. Enemies, I want to make it clear to our enemies, which are the British imperialism. I want to make it clear to them that whatever they like, let them do. They can deploy whoever they like, any mercenary, let them deploy. We have chosen this very path to die defending our lives. We are not going to allow them do anything. We have chosen to die standing. Biafra land belongs to us. We are not going to give an inch to any idiot. They will try whatever they like. Biafrans, those that I've seen here every day, morning, afternoon, night, they have risen. They are not backing down. They are not like those that are ready to sell off their brothers for a peanut. These people that I see here, they are very strong men and women, resilient, courageous, die hard, those lovers of Biafra in the heart, those students of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I see them here. They know what freedom means. Our enemies can try anything they like. We know our enemies, which are the West, and we don't expect less from what we see now happening, that the America are supporting and the British, whichever thing they are trying to do, we don't expect less because we know it from the onset that these people are our enemies. So I'm happy. My happiness is that Biafrans are no longer sleeping. They have all awoken. And I thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who saw this and raised alarm. And I thank our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who stood his ground to challenge these enemies. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abịama for positioning him in a land of those who knows what Biafrans has went through and what is still happening to us today. And I thank all of you that are here in support, doing everything possible to fund and sustain this very war because it's not going to be easy and it's not left for any one man. It is individual collectivities. We all must do our best. Bring whatever you have, your knowledge, your wisdom, intelligence is needed, your fund, your time. You need all of this because our enemies are not sleeping. We are not going to sleep. That land belongs to us. No, not anybody. We're not encroaching on anybody's land. What we are fighting for is for our lives, preservation, and our land, which is right, which is we have right to do so. It is valued in the international law. International communities, nobody will blame you, nobody will question you for what you are doing. What you are doing is 100% and one right. You're right. So don't back down and don't be quivered or chivered. Don't let anything make you get weak. Our enemies, they are cowards. They are cowards. Or even standing up to come and take what doing it. Nobody will stop us. We are not going to stop. Only if you stop yourself, you have been defeated. We are not dying. We are not going to stop. There will my minister. And great Biafrans, I thank you for your resilience and your steadfastness and your consistency, which is the key to victory. There one. Catch you from here.
Thank you, Wachineke. Mazonyeka, over to you. Thank you for being there.
Thank you, my honorable Minister of Information. You're one of our best. Yes. Why are you our media ministers and the best? Last time I checked, I don't think there's anyone who is professional among you, but you are doing it better than those who claim to be professionals, who have deviated from journalistic ethics and choose to be cash and reports. They are betting oppressors against the oppressed victims, whom they're supposed to be their voice, as it is in journalistic ethics. You are the best, and the Shukwokiki Abiyama give you all the strength to continue, as we are consistency personified. We stop at nothing till complete independent state of United States of Biafra. And beyond, we continue to build our nation and defend it. Recolonization of Nigeria 2024 with British lawmakers in Senate. You see, this has been happening before. Britain has been doing this. There has been the war running the system by proxy or indirectly. Any reasonable person know that what they had is flag independence. Now they see that Biafrans are doing the needful. They have to come up with. They are in hurry. They are confused. They are, but they are desperate. It's like when you say a lie, when you tell lies, you need another lies to defend that lies. And by so doing, you'll be telling lies until you confuse, until you expose yourself. Okay, this has created more enemies around the world. Many countries in Africa and South America are against Britain. They're angry with Britain and they're angry at Britain, and Britain know that. And they think that trying to continue their imperialism, their dominancy is the answer, not knowing that by so doing, they will continue exposing themselves and creating more enemies. Time they're supposed to build bridge so that their future children, born children, may have even at least the evil will not affect them. They keep doing the same thing, thinking that they will succeed. No, Britain, you are going to fall. And when you fall, let me tell you now, many countries are against Britain. They must understand that. They are confused. They are confused. And you see what they are doing? What they are doing is trying to open old wounds. That's bitter wine they have made many to drink. First to drink, they are going to drink the same bitter wine very soon. That is what I'm actually Britain. Some foolish Nigerians. Anybody that calls himself a Nigerian at this point in time, that person is the most foolish, useless, and low IQ human being on this planet Earth. I read in the news where these foolish people go and attack our people, Amazonian people in our lands because they lost football. You see how foolish people, you are not angry because the Islamic State of Nigeria are sponsoring ethnic cleansing against indigenous people. You are not angry because of high cost of living, lack of basic amenities that make life better. You're not angry about those people, but you're only angry against, you're not angry against the government, against innocent people for what add no value to your life. After you call me, for me to regard you as a Nigerian, you call yourself the foolish people on this planet that cannot reason. No wonder suffering. No wonder. So my people, British governments I'm talking to British citizens, those who are Caucasian British citizens, not those Africans who are naturalized or those born. The Caucasian, the criminal British, the devil himself. If you are continue keeping quiet in what your government is doing, all of you will suffer it. The same thing going to US United States citizens. If you continue keeping quiet on evil, your government, under Joe Biden and Blinken, criminal Blinken, who are Islamic terrorists that have infiltrated themselves into the system, if you continue keeping quiet, all this evil will affect all of you. No champion forever. No champion. What you don't know is that before you come to kill innocent people, your own life, you are not in control of your own life. And we can assure you that we are no longer asleep. You may succeed doing it when we are asleep, but this time around, we are awake. We are awake. We are going to die. As you come to kill us, you are going to die as well. And at the end, we lost. Because we are fighting a just fight. We are not asking what belongs to you. The last time I checked, we are not asking what belongs to you. What God bless us with is not for only for Biafrans. It's for the for mankind, but it is important the Biafrans first. For you to get it from us is not by coming to a corner way to kill us or use intimidation or suppression or slavery for you to get it. That way you are taking is the way that will destroy you and bring you to the lowest. But if you come to the right channel, you will benefit from it. But it must be Biafran first. You must come through the right channel to respect the people, the habitat of that sort, the owner of those things. But if you think, can you go and do what you do to Russia? No, you can't do it. Can you go to a Asia country and do it? No. But the thing that Africans and those you can because our fathers they are humanistic life values. So you take advantage of that. We are talking about we cannot talk about all these things without mentioning religion, because it's one of the tools they used. With Arab brutal slavery, they continue that dominance through using Islam. We know Arab brutal slavery of Arab against Africa is worse than that of the West. But history, they put it up, but most of Africa don't even know about it. Okay? This particular one, they came their own. I want you to go and do this. Go and check it, all these things, because we speak with facts. Check all the countries that participated in colonialism in Africa against our people, and check all of them. You see, must see one of all this denomination of churches that originated from them. They send their missionaries. You see again, you tell me there's only one God. Then why do you have different denomination of churches to divide? And the same thing, you don't have it the same in your own land. Only bring it to Africa. In our land, you have different denominations to divide the people, making them not to come together to fight their common enemy. Rather, they allow division of the denomination of churches to divide them. This one say, I'm Anglican, I'm a Catholic, I don't do this, I'm not do the tortoise. This one say is a Presbyterian, this one say is a Methodist. All of them, they have their representative denomination of churches. If one go, why can't we have one? And this is what I'm saying, that Biafra government to look into this. We cannot allow this different denomination in Biafra, because it's a division, is a divide and conquer. Yes, if you want to, it must be one, the way it is in China. Because I realize that this denomination is a divide and conquer, and we must look into it. Yes. So my people, we must stand firm, stand neutral, keep anything, whether ordinary, whether this or whether aside, and remember who we are before these things come, because all of them, we are existing first before all of them. We have been existing. Our own ordinary is our way of life. It's not religion. It's our way of life, your way of life, your language, your culture, everything. That is meaning of ordinary. And we must put who we are first, collectively. God forbid me using religion push me to be against my own fellow Biafran. God forbid. That is idiocy. We can never allow that to control us. They use it to come and use you to kill your own brother. You call yourself an African and allow Islam to use you to kill your own fellow African. You are the most useless human being on this planet Earth that cannot reason. So look at all this, the head of all those religion, all of them, as you are being killed, has any of them spoken? Has any of them spoken against ethnic cleansing? The answer is no. So it's left for you to reason like human being or continue wallowing in your idiocy. Okay, ignorance is not excuse. The law, even in the presence of God, is not excuse. So my people, we must remain neutral and fight these evil people. We must not allow our children to suffer what we have suffered. It is, let me tell you, if you have money this time around, if you're looking at me, maybe how much I donate before you donate yours, you're making mistake. You are making mistake. You are giving that money for this purpose. And this is the best investment. If you have a place you can lay your head, I say it several times, a place you can sleep as your home, you don't need to build anything structure this time. The best investment for your children and unborn generation is to invest in this Biafra liberation. In Biafra liberation, that is the best thing you can give them, to have to control the territory of that land before you do any investment. Any investment without controlling your territory is like a tree without a root that can be taken away or put any moment with a little slide of breeze. But when you control that territory, then you invest in that territory, then that your investment will have to put and sustained. Otherwise, it will be a chaff before the wind. If you fail to do so, don't waste your time in building mansions and all this thing until Biafra is restored. You know that you control it. That is self-determination we are talking about. It's your inalienable right. In fact, in other ways, is a divine right. It's right given to you by Chukwu. As long as you cannot, you don't need anybody's consent to defend blink your eyes when some object is coming to your eyes, or you don't need anybody's consent to defend yourself when armed robber come to your house, or you do need to call DPO, sir, armed robber is in my house, can I defend myself? If you cannot do so, then you don't need anybody's consent to defend your land, to destroy your enemies that have invaded your land. You don't need anybody's consent to choose where to belong, how to govern yourself, how to live, as long as you are not working against your fellow human being. Okay, so my people, we need to educate our people. Ignorance is one of the things that is disturbing our Africa. Otherwise, if we can open the eyes of our people youth, let me forget about those puppets they choose as the rulers that don't have I can't call them leaders. What we need is to open the eyes of African youths and educate them brilliantly to know the truth, to know the facts, to know everything. Then the rest is history. Okay. What we need to do, all of us who have been liberated by our great leader, our prime minister, and all of you here, we are liberators. We are liberators. We have to emancipate our people for this slavery, religious and political slavery that have been destroying our people. When you are destroyed mentally, when you are weak mentally, when you are enslaved mentally, you are gone. You have already been dead. Those who come to kill you with gun and bullet just come to finish this thing. But the main killing is mental slavery, mental killing, mental manipulation. They have manipulated, when they are manipulated using all these Bible robbers, all these imam, all these fake DBS and Bible robbers, religious robbers, using them to destroy our people. They are the worst people on this planet Earth. No apology, because I know what I'm saying. If I'm not speaking because I want to speak, but we're speaking with facts. So my people, these people have proven that they don't care about us, and we cannot care about them either. Live and let live is our philosophy, and he who say will not live either. My name is Yoika Chukwu, aka Encode Number.
Okay, thank you, Mazi Onyekachukwu. Please, no one should unmute his or herself until when you're given the mic, because the Chike, you were interrupting. That is why I had to mute you. Asibunam J, you have the mic. Your hand is up. You're the next to speak, please. Asibunam, are you there?
I'm here, my brother. Good evening, my fellow Biafrans. I greet everyone because it is not easy for us that are here. I greet all the ministers, those in the cabinet. My respect to everyone. You know, we are here talking. We are here speaking. We are different faces. We are Biafrans, excluding those that are here to spy on us. or those that believes in the whatsoever they believe, that they don't see what we are seeing. Because I believe that what makes you a human being is the ability to see things and understand what you're seeing and know what you're seeing and know how to react. Honestly, you know, a lot of things is been happening in this life. I am very much sure that each and every one of us here are a victim of one thing, one way or the other. It does not matter what you have, it does not matter the privileges you have, it does not matter where you live. If we deeply check it down, deeply, we are a victim of one thing. I will repeat this thing. I said it before, hours ago on a space. These people, for America to be able to do what they are doing, they did these days. My brothers, my sisters, do you need somebody? You know, there is something our leader used to say. He used to say that na you have to know ịga ama anya alụlụ alụ malụ nke na lugene. These people, what are they going to say? What are they going to say for them to be able to do what they did? And they are seeing what is happening and they cannot say a word. Who are you waiting for to defend you? And we should not forget one thing. I keep saying this. These people, they know who we are. They know what we can do. They know our capability. They know our capacity. They know our human resources that we have. They think of the resources that surrounds us, what we can do. If we are doing what we are doing in other places, imagine when they leave us to have our freedom completely, because that is what our prime minister is going for. We're going for freedom totally, completely, not just having independence or having a country. We are going back to who we are. That is one thing each and every one of us must understand. That is why we have to know what is facing us. That is why we have to understand the gravity of the things that is looking after us, that we must always do whatever we have to do to conquer it. Because if not, we are doomed. But we will never. Because Biafra must come. If it has to be that Biafra will come for America and Britain to be destroyed, Biafra must come and they will be destroyed. And our leader said it, that any nation that goes against Biafra, they will fall. And what America did, let us watch. Their downfall is already been here. It's not all about, because you cannot see evil and support evil and you tell me that I have to negotiate with you or what are we talking about? All these things we are shouting here every time, every day. They see it, everybody sees it. But we are not priority. And we will make them to understand that we are much more priority than every one of them. And it's left for every one of us to make them to understand that we are much more priority to anything they can ever think of. Because we know who we are. We are human beings. We are not animals. They can think, they can do whatever they do, like what my brother said, Onyeka. They can manipulate our fathers and do whatever they did. But for the informations we have, for what we have known, we will never rest till we take our place, and nobody is going to stop us. That is why I'm begging our ministers, please. Our government, those that knows the people that is supposed to be able to sponsor this, to make us not to be suffering this, to be picking 1 naira, 2 naira, $5, $10. These people, they have this thing. It's time that they will be printing the list of these people to give us, both in Nigeria and anywhere, so that Biafrans, all of us, will know, because it's not going to be a joke. I will say one thing. I'm happy you people are here, the ministers, because I know that when Biafra come, all of you that are there doing the jobs are still going to remain and still going to return, because Biafrans will want you people to continue with the wonderful jobs you people are doing. That time, you people should be ready to put me in jail, because my crime will be that any man that did not support Biafra, and you have that capacity, anywhere you are, will come for you physically. God knows. Because whatever I'm suffering today, whatever I am going through today, is these people, is this evil. And we can never forgive anybody. These people are not supposed to step foot in Biafra land. They should die outside and be buried. They should never step foot in Biafra land, no matter whatsoever. Because the evil against humanity that have been upon us, I have never seen in anywhere in the world. And because we are surviving it, and we think it's a joke. This is no joke. We are fighting a fight of life and death. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you think you've got. Think about the future. Think about what has happened. We no longer have visionaries. Thank God for our leader. Thank God for our prime minister. Please, we should do whatever we have to do to protect our own. I keep saying it. Our prime minister, we should protect him with everything we've got. Because these people, they never see good things that come from us and keep quiet. We should remember what happens to Bob Marley. We should remember what happens to Sankara. We should remember what happens to many. I'm saying it open, I'm not hiding it, because that is the way they roll. Me, I'm not trying to be politically correct. What I'm trying to say, these people never see good thing from us and want it to be. They will try every possible thing to do whatever they do, but Biafra will disgrace them. Because anybody that comes up Biafra, you will go first before, and Biafra will be standing stronger. I yield my mic for now.
Thank you, Mwachineke. We go to Chukuma Eze. Chukuma Eze, over to you. Biafran should worry less of our Prime Minister. All your worries should be on how to fund the liberation and how much money we can pump into the website. Our Prime Minister is protected by Chukwu Okike, and we have a very strong and formidable mother and father in the name of Finland, who cannot sell out their own child because of a pot of porridge. I want people to understand something, that Finland was there for Biafra even when the genocide of 1966 to 70s was going on. The the Biafra national anthem that you hear today was composed at the very end by who? By a Finnish. And it is in that very place that you will meet us in Helsinki. So Finland is a bedrock to the Biafran people. So Biafrans, do not worry so much about our Prime Minister. Pray for him in your closet, for God to give him the strength and the embodiment, the courage and the tenacity and the wisdom to lead this confused set of people that are too confused out of how the hegemonic tendency and the one Nigerian contraption has bastardized their brains, so that God will give him the wisdom and understanding of how to be able to liberate us. So, worry less about his safety and what he's doing and how he's doing and who will come for him or after him. No. Chukwukike has his shield upon him. But let all worries be resolved into the website for us to be able to have more funds, more guns, and bullets. The Prime Minister will be well protected and well secured when you are making the website in R32. When you make the website to laugh very swaggerliciously, you will see that the Prime Minister will be 100% protected and defended at all costs. The defense of a man is the resources that he has available. A man with no resources will not have defense. So, every Biafran, you have a duty to look into the website. Are you donating? Are you supporting? Are you defending motherland indirectly? For those of you in the other part of Biafra land where you don't see Fulani terrorists invading your communities and you don't hear the fire booming and bombs exhuming from your communities, you think that you are in a safe haven. It is because of the firepower of the Biafran Defense Force holding the gate of Biafra. There is a gate into Biafra land where the terrorists, when they are able to pass through that gate, the entire Biafra land will be ravaged. So you are not feeling the fire in your own communities or provinces because the gate has been sealed. And all men and women of the liberation forces are going over to that gate to hold that gate very tight. So do not think that something is not happening in your community, but understand that it is not happening in your community because the road map down to your community has been sealed from the entrance point. Do well to go to the website and pour in all your hunger there with how much you have and with those that you will convince and with whatever that they can come up with. Thank you so much. We have
My
Escoban.
minister,
Your hand is up.
my minister, I want to
I'm
give up
supposed to
the.
go next.
Hello, please.
Am I not supposed to go
Yeah, I
next?
can hear you.
Yes, please. Can you give the co-host to Mazi Chukwumaize because
No,
going to
Yeah,
bed
we
now.
need to know if he is disposed. Mazi Chukwumaize, are you disposed for the co-host?
no, I'm at work, so it's not gonna work, please.
Mazi Chukwumaize, are you disposed for the co-host?
No, not at the moment. I'm
I
at work.
can't hear him. Maybe his network is bad. Anyway, when he is back, we can hear him. Let's
Can you,
continue. Escoban.
Good night from here.
Mazi Otunwamoya, no problem. You can retire
All
to
right.
bed. Escoban, you have the mic.
Yeah, good evening, Biafrans all over the world, or should I say good morning? It's already 12:39 here. What I want to say is this message, I'm actually trying to refer it to whether the British government or the American government, if they really know or if they believe in the Bible that they brought to Africa, they should understand that they are fighting the people of Israel. They are fighting the children of God. They have to understand that we are the descendants of Jacob. Jacob, when I mean Jacob, the son, Gad, was the fifth son of Jacob. And we are the children, direct descendant of Eri, who came from Gad, and Gad came from Jacob, and Jacob came from
Escoban, we are not getting your
Hello?
submission. Maybe your network is cutting you.
Sorry, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we can get you
Okay.
now. Continue.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening here. Okay, so what I'm just trying to say is that they should know that they are not just fighting some black men in Africa or whatever they call us. They should know that they are fighting the children of Israel. The same knowledge God gave Moses, the same knowledge God gave Abraham, the same blessing that was bestowed on Abraham is still on his children till us. So they are fighting a lost battle. And they should understand that no matter how they try to maybe play politics with people's life, they have their own life. They have blood in their vein. They have their own children. They hate to see their people die, but they like seeing others die. They don't should know that America is not heaven. It's still in this world. People can still hit them. So if they think that people can, because you're in government and you can just wake up and you just take people's life for granted because you feel these people are minority or whatever you think you think you are superior to them, just go send your mercenaries, go they are killed. And they are using the morons that are being paid $30. They are putting their lives at risk. At the end, they will still die. And they think that they can be in America and do. At the end, that America is not. We can even travel. Now this thing they cause people they turn to suicide bombers. So if they think that they can be misbehaving, UK in particular, let them keep misbehaving. It's a matter of time. We are more populated. The people of Biafra is more populated than the United Kingdom. The indigenous people of the United Kingdom, they are not half of the people of Biafra. So we can run them over one on one. So if they think that their people are saved there, they come here and they play politics with us because they think that they are in heaven. They should know that UK is how many $1,000 you don't enter UK. You can easily, even through the Mediterranean Sea, cross UK and deal with them. So they should understand that they can play as long as want any politics they like. Let them keep playing, but it's only time with hell because we have died enough since the amalgamation of Nigeria in 1914. The whole, most particularly the Igbo race, has suffered in this so-called nonsense Nigeria they formed. We have suffered through the 19th every election. No Igbo man has ever contested for election in Nigeria except P2B. Yet, you check through the history of Nigeria election. Every election there must be killing, and who are being killed? The Igbos, the Biafrans. And when that killing starts, they will not. For all these people that they don't understand, they will not ask you whether you are from Benin. They will not ask you whether you are from Delta. They will not ask you whether you are from whatever Port Harcourt. They want now more Igbo, they kill you straight up. Go to people that have been in Kano, Nasarawa, Niger State. Now we are talking of living. The government is. What is too difficult that at this point they go as far as going to negotiate with terrorists? You go to give terrorists amnesty. You go to even as stupid as they can be. They even do video. You are going to negotiate with terrorists. Militaries negotiating with terrorists. They do video to post it online. Yet these people, what are these people looking for? They are just agitating. What are they agitating for? They are being marginalized. They don't have seaports. They don't have this. They don't have that. Instead of looking into it, what do? You declare Operation Python dance. You send military. You just go there. You kill people. You go there. You keep people. You go there. You keep people. Now we have taken up arms, and I want everybody to know that. But what's come to us? Every single male child of Biafra will take up arms against the whole fucking world. If it demands that we go against the whole world, every single one of us. After all, the previous war, 10-year-old boys took up arms. So we are too old to be here. Everybody will enter the whole world, the whole from Europe to America. If they don't want to leave us, everybody will collect it one after the other. So the people in the UK that are doing manipulation, even if they can hear this thing, if they think that the UK is in heaven, they should understand that we are already there. Just is a matter of time. Everything will trigger, and we will hit them. No economic activity. Everybody will go down. So if they don't want to leave us in peace, we will not leave them in peace as well. This is very, very, very frustrating, very, very annoying, because we have suffered too much. Right now, every day we are at this Nigeria now. We day home here now. Bag of rice is almost getting to 100,000. A cup of beans now is 250. How can you? Which kind of people don't even see pure water now? A bag of pure water now is 400. Pure water that is inside the ground again is now 400. Pure sachet water, 400. You see people that sell hawk pure water to make a living. They are even crying that they don't have the money to buy the pure water for the capital to start hawking. Yes, somebody is busy trying to keep Nigeria one. Thunder will fire that person. Serious thunder. Thank you, please. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
My
Thank you.
information minister.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead? I'm at work though, but I will still try to manage the co-hosting, so it's something I can work out. But I don't know. This is my first time co-hosting. Does it allow me to like add people or no?
You know, when someone requests for the mic, you will see the request, then you accept.
Okay. All
So
right.
when it's time you want the person to speak, you call the person you want to speak.
Okay. Um, I want to make my own submission because I had my hand raised up. What I want to say is, Biafrans, if as by now you're not making any move, you can say all you want to say. You can profess Biafra as you want. You can talk. You can say you're a Biafra. You can say Biafra will come. If you don't make any move, nothing will happen. That's why it's very crucial that we all come together and in whatever way you can contribute in one way or the other. Let's do this and make our dream country become a reality. If you remember during the days of colonialism, what happens there, whereby the mother colony have their representative in anywhere they consider as their own colony, just like when Nigeria was still being colonized by the British. They are over there, the Queen is over there in England, and they have their lords and governors and the rest of them, all their representatives have an office in Nigeria. Then until when people started to agitate for independence, though you guys thought you got independence, but they only gave you a flag independence because you don't control your economy. You only control your political decision. But aside from that, before you even control your political decision, they have to be aware of whatever you do or whatever they have to be aware before you take any step in terms of that political aspect. And that's the problem we face in Africa. That's the problem, even what we face here in America, because it is those who controls the economic aspects that controls the government. Just like here in America, before any president runs for an office, you have what they call donors. You have what they call shadow parties. These donors, these shadow parties, they fund the candidate. They donate to the candidate. And are you going to tell me when that candidate eventually wins, don't you know the candidate is going to work for them or maybe consider their interest in one way or the other? It's the same thing that is happening in Africa, the same thing that is happening in Biafra land. Who are the people that funds the African Union? Who are the people that funds ECOWAS? It is the West, European Union, America, and China, the rest of them. So leaving you as Africans or as a Biafran that you don't have power over the decisions you want to make for yourself. And one thing I want you to understand, before any leader is being appointed to you, it's just like it's like a tradition. Am I coming out clear? Hello? Am I coming out clear?
Yeah. Very well, very well.
Yeah. So before any leader is being given to you, you don't choose your leaders. Because if you choose your leaders, you will have the right to protest against anybody that you feel like is not qualified to be in that position. But they choose your leader because your leaders have to work in favor of their own interests. So these leaders, they will not take a very just person or a clean person like you and I to be a leader for the people. They look for somebody who they have some kind of compromise against. So whereby when the person started to fall out of line, they will checkmate the person. Just like the drug baron, the certificate forger who is the president of the zoo now. No matter what he does, if he tries to go out of line, they will checkmate him. That's how these people work. That's how the West work. That's how they continue to control Africa. And one thing I want all of us to understand, the scramble for Africa, most especially Biafra land, is still ongoing. It never stopped. The reason for the Second World War was because of, as in the reason for the Second World War is because of as a result of Africa. And the Second World War was because when the Nazi Party gained power in Germany, they felt that they needed to revenge because they lost out in the scramble for Africa when Africa was being dissected and shared among the Europeans. So why am I bringing this up? It's because Africa has always been a bone of contention when it comes to these people. And for the UK lawmakers who want to sign agreement with the zoo for their representatives to come and be in the zoo senate, is the same as recolonizing you. Remember I said during the colonial era, they had their representative. That's why you had Lord Lugard. You have people like Port Harcourt. You have people like Sir Harold Smithers and the rest of them, all in Nigeria working for the British. And it's the same thing they're going to do, because when these lawmakers finally, when they reach the agreement, of course, the agreement is already there. They just want to act like they are signing paper for the formalities, but they already agreed because they know that everything that is going on in that zoo is getting out of hand, like it's beyond their control. So now they have to make a quick move. But these lawmakers coming in is giving them the chance for them to come and recolonize the zoo again, of which we Biafrans are not going to be part of. So at the end of the day, as a Biafran, when you see all these things going on, knowing that we are freeborns, knowing that we are Republicans by nature, knowing that we don't bow to nobody, we only stand for what is just and what is right, why won't you rise up and do what we need to do to get our freedom? Britain, know that the coming of Biafra is just like Biafra and Britain is just like light and darkness, because the number one representative of Lucifer here on this earth is Britain. And the number one executioner, that's the person that carries out the work for Lucifer here on earth, is America. Who does America take orders from? Britain. They are the masterminders of everything, of all the genocide, of all the killings, the subjugation, everything. They are the one that sit down and plans it. They plan it very well. America cannot mastermind it the way British will mastermind it, because that's the position Lucifer gave them on this earth. And now they see that they have a place in Europe, that's Eastern Europe, where you have Russia, who's a rising power, who everything they need to produce what they need, they have it. They don't have to go out there and look for it. And they see Russia opposing them, which is what they don't like. And now that's why the scramble for Africa becomes very intensified. Why am I saying all these things? It's for us to understand the dangers that we face ahead if we don't rise up and stop this thing and put this subjugation to an end. We need to get rid of everything that has to do with Europeans. We need to go back to the foundation to change everything. Just like, it's not 2 years ago or so, a city in South Africa was about to be renamed from a British name to like their own indigenous name. And what happened? The British people started ranting and saying, why would they do that? Why would they do that? The people have been used to that name. Why are they changing it? Because they don't want you to exhibit your own identity, your own culture, your own value, your own tradition. Because your value, your tradition is rich. The only place you find genuine and organic indigenous people living in the world today is in Africa. Even the land that the British people occupy now was never their land initially. They scavenged for it. They had to kill to get the land. So all these things you see them doing, the Europeans doing, is in their nature, and they will never change. Except what we do, we force them to change. And whether the British people like or not, this is a message to them. The only thing constant in this life is change. What goes up must surely come down, and nothing lasts forever. So, in as much as they try to do what they want to do, whether they like it or not, they are still going to be part of the countries that will disintegrate that zoo. Everything that's happening now, everything happening now is happening for our own good, for our own. Because if only Biafrans are the mad people in the zoo, our enemies, how they take things and they turn it into propaganda. But when everybody is mad in that zoo, when it is burning when it's burning in Yoruba land, when it's burning in the north, when it's burning in Biafra land, then they will know that something needs to be done. And because today I took my time to watch the Nuremberg trial of the Nazi, the people that was part of the Nazi party, like after Germany surrendered. I took my time and I was going through the trials. And in as much during that trial, some of these Nazi parties felt that they could still get away with that trial. But when they were faced with the evidences, when they saw that the judges were playing, because they asked one of them, were you not part of the Hitler inner caucus that was exterminating the Jews? He said no. He said he didn't know about it. They denied they do this. But when they were faced with the evidence, and they even saw a video of him discussing in the camp where the Jews were being exterminated, then they found that they had no chance. So I'm very glad that what is going on, we have learned from our past mistake and we have become smarter. Like you see the debris of the American weapon that was found in Biafra land, even their soldiers and everything. Those are all evident. All the things the Fulanis are doing, those are all evidence. Our action is what is going to shake up the United Nations, it's going to shake up the world. Because all those things, all those evidences that our leader, our supreme leader, Massacre Kanu, has sent to the United Nations, to International Criminal Court in the initial stage, they saw all those things. It's not like they didn't see, they saw it. But when it comes to them, they throw it in the garbage. Because you are Africa, you are black. You understand? Your purpose here on this earth is to be used as slave workers, and for them to come into your land, take whatever they want to take, and your life don't have meaning. For how long will this go on for? Africans are the ones that dominate the market of organ harvesting. Your organs are the ones that they sell in the market. Your resources are the ones that has been sold in international markets. Your human capital labor is the ones that has been used all over the world to build their own country. Before I came to the United States, when I was giving my visa, I was so happy. I said, wow, I'm finally going to America, this and that. I'm going to go there, I'm going to make money, I'm going to do this. But I came to this system and I understand that I'm not free. My level of slavery was just upgraded. Just when you remember, like before the civil rights movement in America, they have slaves, and among those slaves, among the owner group of slaves that has been assigned to the slave master. The slave master picks one of the slaves that's going to be in charge of other slaves. The only difference between him and those slaves is that he gets to have some other access to some other better treatment than those one. But that doesn't mean you're not a slave. You still remain a slave. They call them the house niggers because they watch over the house of the slaves. That's what we, Biafrans, Africans, whoever that is living in diaspora, that is what we are doing. Because now you leave Africa, which they call to be like darkness, you come over here, at least you have constant electricity, you can go to good healthcare system, you can drive on good roads, you can make more money for yourself. But one thing that we are not understanding is whatever money we earn here, they take tax, which build our government. We work for ourselves. We still have to work for people back home. So you are working double than what you as a human being is supposed to work. And when you work more, you get less sleep. So is that not still slavery? Now is the time for us to go back and think how we want our future to be. How we don't want to remain in this subjugation, how we want to get out of this. Because I see the Caucasians over here, they don't work the way I work. They only work a little because they work for themselves and for what they need to be comfortable with. But you as an African who's left thousands of miles where you come from to come over this foreign land, you have to work more because once you get out of that zoo, you become the hope of other people back home. Whatever they need, they ask from you. That's still slavery. Now you become a modernized slavery. That doesn't change this. A modernized slave, that doesn't change the fact that you have been free. Most of the inventions you see today were found by Black people. Bill Gates never found Microsoft. It was a Biafra man that discovered it, but not to give the glory to Black people, not to show them that you can be useful in the society. He was written off. And Bill Gates stepping here to take the shine that he's the founder of Microsoft. A lot of things have been discovered by Black people, but they want to hide it. And even if they have to let you as a Black man to take the shine a little bit, they have to program your brain. You have to act a certain way. Just like during the days of when the terrorists, jihadists, Obama was in the White House. When he got in there, a lot of Black people say, Africa will say, oh, Africa is ruining America this. Come to America today. What did he do for Black people? Obama thinks he's more white than Black. So what we are doing now is going to change the course of history. It's going to change the narrative. And that's what they are scared of. Because our model of freedom will be like a way for people who are looking for freedom to follow. Because we will teach them that, number one, your freedom is in your hand. Number two, you don't have to call United Nations. You don't have to call all these powers, America and the rest of them, to come and give you freedom. Because they benefit from your freedom. Just like what is going on in Congo, the killings, the genocide going on there. The more that genocide is going on, the more it gives them the opportunity as the world police, America can send their soldiers there. And when they are sending their soldiers there, they are tapping your resources. But they will say that they are trying to bring peace. But you ask yourself, these people that came in here as foreign mercenaries to come and help us, why is it that they've been here for so long? Nothing is changing. Everything still remains the same. It is because of they benefit from you killing yourself, destroying yourself. Because when you kill yourself, you destroy yourself, you have more hatred and enmity among yourself. How are you going to come together to fight that enemy that masterminded the whole thing that is going on? That's why what we are doing and what we as Biafrans are doing is very, very important and very, very crucial. Nobody had the idea that you can conduct referendum online. Not even the Europeans know you can do referendum online. But look at, we Biafrans are showing it to them that you don't need to go and line up when you find yourself in a location that has the Western stooges that at any point in time they are ready to kill you, not so that you can't express yourself, you can't speak up. But look at, you can sit in your home. Biafra came and changed the game, telling you that you can sit at home, you can vote, you can relax without even having to worry. So my people, what am I trying to say? And I want us to know, let's continue to do what we can do. Let's continue to propagate the gospel as much as we can. But one thing I want us to know, because one of our brothers was saying, all these rich men, write to them and this. We see, if they want to join, they are welcome. But if they don't want to, no problem. Before we started this journey, Chukwukika Biama already was behind us. Just like how he said to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said, look at Biafra, they have given it to you. And you will go to this war with nothing. But at the end of the day, you will come out victorious. And indeed, you will know that I am God. Our efforts, our evangelism, our continuous consistency, our determination is worth more than any other thing in this world. That's what money cannot buy. That's why they tell you, you cannot defeat a volunteer soldier. Because a soldier who's being paid or mercenaries is going to be one to be careful. Number one, he doesn't even know the terrain. He goes by what the people that hired him are giving him. And also, you are paying him. So the only motivation there is the money that you are paying him. But you as a volunteer soldier, when you know that you have everything to lose, you have everything, that everything can be taken away from you if you don't lay your life for what you're doing. That's what we are doing here. Because we have different departments. People are on the battleground fighting. Some people are out there doing diplomatic work. Somebody is being the strategist, which our prime minister is. We can have everything, but if we don't have the strategist who draws the board and everything for us to follow, we are not going nowhere. So we have everything we need. If what we are doing wasn't yielding fruit, we wouldn't have gotten to this stage where we are. Biafra is just literally 9 months away. It's going to be declared. And the enemies are crazy. They are going mad. They will not stop. So I'm not coming here to preach or to tell you all these things. The only thing I'm coming here to do is to put in more gas in your engine, more fuel in your engine, to re-energize each and every one of us, to know that we cannot stop now. Because, number one, these people want to extinct us. And number two, the scramble for Africa still continues, most especially Biafra land. So now is the time for everybody to do what we need to do. And if you have not voted, please go out there and vote. Go out there and convince more people to vote. Preach the word to them. Tell them the reason why they need to support Biafra more. In my life, I've always dreamed of going overseas. Now I'm in overseas. What is here? What am I enjoying here? I'm still work every day. But you know, back in Biafra land, once it's Friday, everybody has closed work. The weekend is like a day you go and chill, get to go meet your people, go meet family. You cannot do that here. So please, everyone, I'm not gonna continue repeating myself. The only thing I just want to say is, let us not put our hope on anybody. We have everything we need. At the same time, if you are not doing something, stand up and do something. If you are not part of this movement, stand up and become part of this movement. contribute in one way or the other, because as we are all like seeds. We are just like seeds. And when you plant a seed in the right soil, it germinates. So you might think you are overseas, you are making it. Sir, that's even the lowest you can be. But when you are in Biafra land, you'll find out that you will make more, because everything will work in your favor. The environment, the atmosphere, the gods of the land, the spirit of your forefather will work for you, and you will excel more than what you are wherever you are. So please, let's continue to move forward. Let's continue to push forward. Britain cannot stop us. Those people are they are bound to destroy. They are bound to be destroyed. Whatever they are doing now is part of fulfilling the prophecy. It's going to make more catastrophe continue to happen in the zoo. And which by so doing, everybody will become mad. And our freedom will become even much more easier when our prime minister declares it in Finland. So I want to thank everybody here. Some places is midnight, some people is 3 a.m., some here is like late night. Everybody, we are still here. And they are scared because they come here every day, they send their spies. They see that these people are not stopping, these people are not giving up. These people are being resilient. That's why they called us great Biafrans when they came in the olden days to try to conquer us. Now they see that spirit in us, because we are here every day. We are conducting space. We are not stopping. We are not giving up. We keep pushing. And we are going to push until we get into Biafra. So thank you, everyone. I'll leave my mic here for now. Thanks.
Thank you,
And
my
may God
friend.
bless each and every one of us all.
Thank you, thank you. Patricia, pick the
Yeah,
mic.
okay. Thank you, Minister Aparawa. God bless you. And our co-host, Chukwemeka, and the rest warriors here. Yeah, it's very late here, but we have to continue. Recolonization of Nigeria 2024 with British lawmakers in Senate House. Yeah, every handwriting on the wall is becoming clearer as the day go by. You see, when our leaders started off to see what none of us have seen, not even the West saw the revelation God gave him, they might be thinking that he's joking. What does this one know? We will deal with them like we have been doing, and nobody will see him anymore. But our leaders showed them the resilience that they have never thought was remaining in any black man's life or in Africa. They didn't know that, for instance, Abraham in the Bible, he had a covenant with God, and God kept the promise he gave to Abraham that he would be a great nation, and out of him, the rest of the world will be blessed. One thing is this, when Maazi came saying, like our brother just mentioned now, God, this thing you have asked me to do, it is too much for me. Black man and their sense is the hardest thing ever. Look at all that I've been doing for so many years, and it's like nothing is being done. And God told him, continue hitting the wall, continue with that mic. That mic you have in your hand, continue talking, because there is power that is coming from your mouth that will neutralize everything, garbage that they have covered the people not to understand. Because we know that when these people came, they took away everything and replaced with slums in our brains. So with those repeatedly words of mercy, it's like removing from one brick to another, from one cemented thing to another. That is why you and I, we are here today, because we have been really and truly, redeemed, liberated from whatever jargon or propaganda or rubbish knowledge they heaped on us. Now we can reason as human beings, just like they think they can reason. But we give them 7 steps ahead of whatever wisdom they think they have. They knew us, like our brother said, as great Biafrans before. They knew us as people who were not poor, who knows what it means to live to the full. But they came and changed everything. That's why we are back at the given time to rewrite the narrative. All the foreign things that they have put in our land, one by one, we are replacing it and rewriting the story. This British and America and the rest of them that have sent their lawmakers to the Senate House of the Zoo, it's a plain, clear-cut evidence for us, or for those who still don't know, that Nigeria is gone. Mazi said, Mekwata adizigia anymore. Not an angel, not a spirit. In fact, even if an angel or a spirit comes up and tries to resuscitate this zoo, the word there is that the angel or the whoever will be accursed. So nobody is coming to help them. British, as devil as they are, is now coming in to recolonize them, because I've seen that what they thought they were having in their hand is slipping off their fingers. So they came in this, the first time they came with the missionaries, in the pretense that they have come to tell us that they have God and Jesus within them, and we are the devil because we have another color. And they took away the laws of God that we have embedded in our hearts and brought their fake ones. They don't even go to church. We are here seeing them. They don't know anything about God or about church. We that knew it, they took it away and replaced with another. Now that they know that their missionary tools they used before doesn't sell anymore, because we have more than what they can offer. Our eyes has been opened. They decide now to come and bring their lawyers now to start putting things, knowing that the Fulani or Tinubu or whoever, they don't have the brains that the Biafrans has. So they want to use them to reestablish what has already been in extinct. Nigeria expired 2014 without any of these 3 nations, Igbo, Fulani, and Hausa, signing agreement to it. It was forcefully given in a shady way. Now, like our brother said, they are coming in a modernized way to bring their lawyers to do what? To do it now in this 21st century digital way. And the question our leader has put in us, or the understanding he has put in us, he said, can any black man go to the Western world to create a nation? No. Can any black man go to the Western world to even make a street name for himself? No. But these people have the audacity to still come up, and we are asking them that 2014 Nigeria they put together after 100 years, everybody should go their way, has expired. They have not even answered to that question of the expiration. They have not even seen to their citizen that did nothing that they put in there. Like they are doing away with all the African liberators that come up, Sankara and the rest of them. What is his name? The one of Libya and so on and so forth. Even this one that is in Niger, how many attempts have they done to make sure that they kill him? Because they think black man was meant for them to be their stooges, their slaves. But there's one thing I saw in the Bible, the Torah, when Jacob blessed Jacob, Isaac blessed Jacob and told him, I have given every blessing to your brother. Nothing is left anymore. So your brother will rule you. So that is what this Western world are claiming, that they are giving the right to rule others. But there is the part B of that word, because nothing is permanent. There's always a time and season to everything and to anything happening under this earth. Isaac told Esau that the time that you will have dominion over your brother, you break off the yoke. What is that, having dominion over your brother? By the time you have dominion over him, you break the yoke off your back or off your neck. You know, we've been carrying this burden. The black man must be suffering, a slave within and without. No rest. And when the dominion has been given to us was when God sent Onyendu to come and give us knowledge, because knowledge is power. When you know yourself, know your identity, know what your worth is, know who you are, know where your land is, know your possession and everything, there's nobody that can come and intimidate you. When you know that you know that you know, not even that, you face that devil squarely and ask him, who are you? There won't be any fear anymore. That's why Mazi said you have to be resilient. And the only way that we can make it even with nothing is our resilience. We have to resist these people, no matter how few we are. Thank God that his things is not in millions. God's things are never in millions to show either his wisdom or his power. No, 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 no. He takes those things that have been neglected, like they neglected our PM, they neglected our Onyendu. What can they do? We have all their leaders, their governors, their senators, their chiefs. We buy them with money. We have all the intellectuals. So we have them in our pocket. And they neglected this, young men, gentle somehow. What can they do? And these are the ones that God has put his wisdom, his talent, his knowledge, everything in them, and them bringing out what God is embedded in them step by step. And for these people, they just cannot sleep any longer. So it's like they're hurrying up to find what to do. But they never know that they have hit their rock. Because in this very last battle, this is where they will end. We are following step by step what prophecies has been let out for Biafrans. And each one of them are coming to pass. It doesn't depend so much on us. Not that we're not going to do what we're supposed to do, because God wants us to walk and then to pray. We don't need to only do one part and leave the other. That's why in all front, our PM says, all front, in media, on the ground, in finance, in evangelizing, in everything. They cannot get to us as they did before. Before Mazi was telling us, our leader, they were able to have their way because there was no media. Now we are telling our stories by ourselves. Apart from telling our stories by ourselves to the world, we have scientists, we have engineers, we have every area in the walks of life. And there is the means. This internet, all these gadgets, every day we are bringing out what they thought they have buried. They thought they will not see the Japan anymore. Much more than that is coming up. Like our brother mentioned again, I will borrow his word. How in the world and where have they seen this kind of relaxed e-voting? Where? What wisdom? If here where we are in Europe, it doesn't. We have not seen it. You go out there in their offices or where they gather to vote, but here we stay in our house, both in Europe or at home, because God has the wisdom. He's 7 steps ahead of the whole thing that is happening. Wisdom belongs to him. So what these people don't know is this. Like in the same Jacob story, Rachel said, I have wrestled with my sister. A great wrestling I did, but I have prevailed. This is great wrestling, great fight we are doing with these demons. They are coming out, all the beasts from hell, because they refuse to let the light shine. But with our resistance, with our resilience, with our continuously moving forward without backing down, that is what they cannot stand. That is what they don't know. Where does this strength come from, these people? We hit them, they bounce back. And we remember that I think it was the second to our General Ojukwu, or is it an activist, said if they had resisted a little longer, maybe a month or 2 or 3, we would have taken everything then. We would have won. Irrespective that it just Biafra against the world then. But yet, we gave them 3.5 years. With all the propaganda going on, at last, the deputy gave up. So they said there, if we had resisted, Mazi was saying it, a little longer, we would have won. But this time now, we have taken our lives by our hand because there's nothing we are losing anymore. We've lost everything. We've lost everything. There's nothing again left for us that we'll be scared of. There is no story that will come again that we've not had. So we are now ready. Who is them now that is scared of what they will lose? Scared of their life because we're already dead men and women. But upon being that situation, we will wrestle on this great fight. And at the end, we will overcome because it is already written, ordained. But sometime I said to myself, they still think that they have time to be maneuvering and doing whatever they are doing. When we start stopping these resources whereby China, all the nations of the world, they employ them on contract, even with the Efulefus around us that Fulani germinated their seeds. When we start stopping the pipelines of these resources, then that is the time they will know that we are serious. because they cannot continue taking these resources, storing there, so that they will not be lacking in anything. And that's why they don't want to give up. When we block it, blow it up, that poverty will start from their end. And they will know where they will get the other resources to continue buying weapons and bombing us. Anyway, we are determined to go home this year. We are determined to fight it to the last. We are determined to get back and revenge in a much more brutal way. Because our land, no infidel, no rogue, no colonial terrorist will have one pinch of it. Why? Because a price has been paid. And God does not ignore such sacrifice, such covenant that he made with Abraham, that he made with Moses, that is still there. That rot is what will swallow them. Sometimes our people will come and will say, please, Fulani, stay back. I don't want them to stay back. Please go to your areas. No. They must have to come. But the answer is they will not go back. Both their addresses they brought, both themselves, both the machineries, none will go alive. They will be buried in Biafra land, because we have to revenge. Revenge yesterday, revenge today, revenge tomorrow, all in one shot. Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you, my minister. I hand in my mic here.
Thank you, Patricia. Mighty Dot, you have the mic. Mighty Dot.
Yeah. Well, you remember the
Glory to Chukwu.
awesome. Yeah. So I've been listening, and yeah, I'm not going to take too much time because I know some people might want to talk as well. What I'm hearing about the British coming and listen, bringing their lawmakers into that zoo is a very interesting situation, in the sense that every arsenal is being released right now, and the next they are going to be releasing every front. That's the struggle of a dying horse. Very soon now they're going to use the religious community to start hitting hard too. You know, all resistance will be coming from every angles. The traditional rulers and all that, those that have been sold out, they're going to be coming. But we are ready. If America or Britain thinks that they, instead of these people to be asking to be remorseful, to have some level of remorse for what they have done to us. Last time I saw the United Nations, what they call him, Emmanuel Macron, apologizing to Africa, and I was like, any African person that believes in this nonsense, that person is the most useless human being, because it doesn't come from their heart. The same person that was apologizing at the United Nations, look at all he has been doing since they asked them to leave Mali and Niger. These people, they don't care about us because they know who we are. We don't know who we are. They know who we are. And that is why they want to hold us down. Why is it that these people cannot allow us to? I'm telling you, any country in Africa that comes out now to ask for referendum or for leave, they will give it to them. But you see, Biafra, these people will fight. That is why some of our people don't know what we are into. They don't know what we are facing. Mazinam Dekanu made his speech. He said that these people believe in Britain, that they believe that if the restoration of Biafra is the end of the world. People do not think about that. That thing is on my mind every day. These people, there is something that we don't know, that they know. about Biafra, and they will fight tooth and nail to make sure that they don't allow us to have our freedom. They have taken so much natural resources. We have enriched these people enormously, but yet they don't want us to come. But you see, this generation which I'm part of, which you and I are part of, by the way, for those who true Biafrans who are standing tall, who are standing gidigam, I am honored to embark on this mission with you all. We all came to this mission. We came back. We have been here before. And we came for a special mission. And this generation will end it. I swear to Okike, I swear to the spirit of my ancestors, this generation will end this thing up. We will end it. These people don't know the kind of generation they have missing with. We are here. I'm in America. If they think that they can go to Ireland and start killing my people, we are here. They will see monsters. We are here. If they like, let them come look for me. Before they get here, they'll all die on the road. Before they get to me. Because you know what? The spirit of Ekwensu is with me. Ekwensu is a powerful angel. Amadio, Iyafo. These are powerful angels, warriors that was giving them WOTOWOTO. You know what? They turn around and paint them black and call them the devil. And we turn back on them. That is why we are suffering today. On that letter that King Leopold of Belgium wrote to the missionaries that went to Congo, the same thing. They were scared of the powerful angel that was in Congo there. All the forces, all the powerful energies that our ancestors were using to guide themselves. We turned our back on them. They used Christianity. They gave us a very dangerous, they played a very dangerous game on us. I keep saying it and I keep saying it. Whoever that wants to hear, let them hear. If we do not go back, we will not get this freedom. I'm telling you. Because the kind of energy, the kind of forces, enemies that are coming at us, they are releasing all their arsenals. They are going into the dark magic. Everything they can do. The only thing that can save us, if we go back to our ancestors, to this energy and powers, these angels that they scare so much of. And what did they do? They turned us against these angels. And these angels kept quiet. They lie low. We need to wake them up. All of them. They are our last hope. I'm telling you, they are our last hope. If we want to be free, we have practiced Christianity since I came into this world. At a point, I was aspiring to become a priest in the Catholic Church. We have practiced this thing. Can we just sit down and think, how has this benefited us? Those of us in Europe, in America, in Asia, look at where we are and look at where we come from. We that carry this thing, some people will say, oh, it's the way Africa practices it. It is not. Islam, Christianity, these two religions was a systematic game they played on Africa to keep us. One is a soft one is a hard one. One is like acting like saint, one is devilish. We are killing each other, they're killing us. These people, jihadis, are killing Christians. And Christians are crying, hoping, looking up to the people that brought this Christianity to them, their masters. And their masters are seriously supporting the Islam to wipe us out because this has been on the agenda. The blueprint, long time ago, their blueprint was that they will use this religion to destroy the Christians. And after destroying the Christians, they will turn around and wipe this Islam out. And their target is Africa. We don't know we are facing because we have failed to realize who we are. The day we go back to who we are, we will realize that we are gods. Why do these people, Why do they? You don't know that your DNA, a true Biafran, your DNA, they consider it as a ghost DNA. Your own DNA is a mystery to them. But you don't know who you are. That is why these people, they set their eyes on us. Because they know that we are their worst nightmare. We are their worst nightmare. They are watching with their telescope to see when things are going to start manifesting. This DNA that they consider ghost DNA has been a danger to them because they don't know what we are capable of. They know that we came from a very special race, a very powerful race. Our bloodline is not of this planet. Not of this planet. That is why they call it a ghost DNA. We come from a very powerful race. We have been their fear. That is why they use this Fulani to encircle us, to keep us down. These people would rather die to let us have our freedom. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again said they believe that the coming of Biafra is the end of the world because they know that we are going to rise, that the gods will set order, law and order, and we will lead, and all of them will follow. When we say sit down, they will sit down. They know it. They know who we are. I just wish we could know that. We could understand who we are. I am fighting for what is bigger than me. What is bigger than me? Biafra is bigger than me. I am just privileged to be part of this. I'm telling you, if you know what you are part of, you will feel so privileged to be part of this. You will feel like, let this Biafra come tomorrow. If you know what you are part of, many of us don't know what you are part of. That's why we are selling this freedom. I will continue to follow this freedom to the end. That man, Simon Ekpa, I do not worry for him because if you know the kind of galactical forces that are protecting him, you will not even worry about him. Something is coming. In the weeks and months to come, something is going to happen that will shake the foundation of that zoo. Like it will be an earthquake. Something will happen very soon. These people, this fight, it is a fight to finish. If Britain and America like, let them put on. Their blood, the blood of their sons and daughters will soak in our land. And we are going to open a new front here for them. We will never stop until this freedom is achieved. This generation will never fail. It doesn't matter. I greet you all. We move.
Thank you, Mwachineke. Thank you so much. Ibiabuchi, you have the mic. Ibiabuchi, are you there? Ibiabuchi Agujegbe, are you there? You don't sleep? Okay. Chukwemeka Okubwe. Chukwemeka Okubwe, are you there? Chukwemeka Okubwe, are you there? It seems you've all slept off your microphone. All right, we need to round up because we have a lot going on and we have to be on the watch. I appreciate all of you, those that are listening to us for the very first time, those that are converting themselves from one Nigeria to come back to Biafra. Biafra is the only solution on earth that can save all of you from the contraption of one Nigeria. Now, there is no other way out. If you like, you burn Biafran flag, you burn your passport, you burn your uniform, you burn your local government, you burn your secretariat, you burn everything that answers Nigeria, and then you're still answering Nigeria. And then you're still waiting for salary from one Nigerian government. Then you're still waiting for order from one Nigeria to come and stop the genocide and the massacre ongoing in your communities. then that means you have a brain tumor. Because the same person that is digging your grave can never be the same person that will salvage you from the same grave when he or she has lowered you down 6 feet. So let their recolonization continue inside Nigeria while we, the Biafran people, decolonize them. We are decolonizing them from Biafran territory. That is why we have decolonized them from Biafran territory. They are finding a comfort zone in the Nigerian territory to go and recolonize them again. So it's a good thing. Let them continue, because it is only foolish people that will see that for the past 63 years, a Biafran man cannot be allowed to be a president of one Nigeria. A Biafran man cannot be allowed to sit and decide the fate of people and to sit down and think and bring development into one Nigeria. After 63 years, and then you are still waiting for 2027 to come and do another miracle, and you're still shouting Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. Before you wait till 2027, your women and children and your wives and your siblings and families and parents will be wiped off by the Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists. So continue waiting till 2027, because your stupidity has no measures. As we speak now, the Biafran Defense Forces are defending Biafra land. They have fought battle for the past 96 hours, and battle is still ongoing. They are on the watch. Over 11 armored tanks of one Nigeria has gone down in Biafra land. Are they reporting it to you in your conventional useless medias? No, they are not reporting it to you. Are they telling you that American mercenaries, European and British and other Islamic jihadist countries and nations are in Biafra land to kill Biafrans, rape their women and children, cut heads to pieces, and kill babies in the name of Islamic jihad, and to uphold the name of Islam and the dignity of Islam, and to uphold the potency and the integrity of Britain, America, and Europe, so that they will answer world powers, so that they will have control. America, UK, and Europe can make use of ISIS, ISWAP, Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists to kill Christians just to prove a point, so that their power supremacy can speak very loud, because they don't want to let loose of that which is very, very food providing to them and money fetching to their pocket at the expense of the lives of babies, women, and children. They don't care. They don't give a damn, because their sole objective is to destroy. That is why we need to break loose of one Nigeria. We need to destroy one Nigeria in toto. Pray for the Biafran Liberation Army. Pray for the Prime Minister. Pray for our Supreme Leader. Pray for every man and woman that are at the forefront to make sure Biafra is restored and defended. All these your prayers will be very, very useful and extra important when you reconvert them into money in the website. So find a way of doing using the conversion factor of prayer to money, logistics to money, advice to money, communication to money, dialogue to money, suggestions to money. Everything that you're doing, the end point should be money to the website, because these colonial criminals that have come down to Biafra land to aid and abet the Fulani Islamic jihadis are doing this with money. And so, the firepower of the machines that they have brought needs equal and super reactive firepowers to be able to overcome them and to destroy them. It is to this very end that every Biafran must count it a duty and an obligation to solve every coin inside his or our bag, our wallet, our account, and in our enclaves or in his enclaves, and bring them out. Please and please make no mistake when someone tells you that the freedom will come in an easy way. No. We must fight, we must brainstorm, we must stand the ground, we must continue to defend, we must continue to attack. We must take the war to them. We have done that severally since the unveiling of the Biafran Liberation Army, the Defense Force of Biafra, in Helsinki, October 2023. We have invaded many of the zoo terrorists' barracks and their camps. And recently, we gave you a report of Okigwe detention and slaughter camp. So, that is taking the war to their doorsteps. And many prisoners were freed. Many Biafrans that were locked up unduly were freed there. So when you saw some Sioux terrorists inside the bush doing Operation Kiss the Sun, where their mouth were kissing the sun and their eyes were doing press up and salutation to Chukwokike in heaven. That is a welcome idea, and that is salutation to Mother Earth. You know, we don't have mercy for terrorists in Biafra land, because your sole aim of coming, as far as you carry a weapon and you're inside and coming into Biafra land, you are coming to kill our women and children. You're coming to rape them and cut their heads off. Our own is not to have mercy on you. Our own is to destroy every terrorist that is coming in uniform and carrying weapons to come and kill or invade Biafra land. Now, when you get back to heaven and you get back to God, God will decide how to have mercy on you. We don't gather and then raise funds. We don't call on Biafrans to bring funds for us to come and start having mercy on you. Now, we don't waste our time in cold when people are sleeping and snoring and enjoying themselves. Many people were here with us before when we started, and a lot of people have retired to their sleeps, while there are men and women that are in the bushes now who are not sleeping. In the military regiment, what happens is that we do rotational watchkeeping. While you have 1,000 people in the regiment, there is rotational watchkeeping. Every man and woman must keep watch based on the rotational schedule that has been set out. 6 to 6 watch, 4 to 4 hours watch, 3 to 3 hours watch, 9 to 9 hours watch, 2 to 2 hours watch. It is rotational. And you must keep up to duty. And anything that happens while you are on watch, you have to take responsibility for it. So as you are here now, and as we speak here now, our men are on watch, watching to make sure any signal that they see is taken care of. So, what do we have to do? Make them to keep watch well by giving them all the weapons that they need. They don't have the most sophisticated weapon that they can aim from 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers or 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers or 1 kilometer, then the war will not be viable for them. and they wouldn't be able to discharge it assiduously. So let every man and woman who loves Biafra, who is a Biafran, and who loves freedom, come down to support the liberation of the Biafran people. Above all, continue to vote, continue to help others, continue to put others through. Because while those in the far north, the west, the middle belt are crying, we are defending motherland and we are laughing. Because when we were telling them now, all this long ago, they did not take us serious, but now everyone are feeling the heat. So if they like, let them burn their own houses as they are burning the Nigerian flag. Let them protest as they are protesting everywhere. As far as they did not protest when Fulani Islamic Jihadist president was in power with an impostor in the name for over 8 years and over 100,000 people were recorded to have been massacred during his reign, and you did not protest, did not come out, did not have the boldness, you are a coward. So your protests cannot add anything to the table, cannot change the Islamic Jihadist plan, because while you are protesting, it is very easy for Islamic Jihadists to just drop one bomb where all of you are protesting. Only that one bomb that will be dropped there will detonate and kill all of you. What will you do? You're dead and gone. They say there was bomb explosion where they were protesting in Kaduna or Lagos or Abuja or Kano. Who will come to your aid? Nobody. How many times have they placed bombs in churches? Owo massacre was inside church. They placed bomb. What did you people do? How many times have they placed bombs in schools? The one they did in Sabongare where our children were in schools and then they bombed the place. And then at the end of the day, they told you, oh, it's not bomb, it is a gas cylinder explosion. Madness. So, continue to go and line up and say you're protesting for one Nigeria. Planet terrorists, you know, they are very, very good in sacrificing their babies. They can sacrifice a baby of 5 years to come and carry the bomb first on the body. He reach there, he detonate the bomb. As far as that baby is able to detonate the bomb, no, the baby does not even need to be the one to do it. The baby just needs to walk into that place with the bomb vested on him or her. And then the remote control can be like maybe 5 kilometers away from where people are, or 1 kilometers or 2 or 3. When the baby is well situated within, they'll control and see when the baby is in the middle of where they need the target. A bomb that is capable of killing the capacity of space of over 500 square meters. What do you think will happen when all of you are gathering there protesting and making noise? Then just one baby enter in between, centered is or herself in the middle, and then they detonate the bomb, and then all of you are gone. What will happen? You continue to be doing protests and shouting "Word Nigeria." Nonsense people. You have a solution and you don't want to embrace the solution because the solution was coming from Igbo man. The solution was coming from a Biafran, and his name is Namdi. His name is Okechukwu. His name is Ekpa. His name is Simon. His name is Njoku. His name is Akbarawa. His name is Emeka. His name is Ibiabuchi. His name is Ugochukwu. His name is Asebonam. His name is Neka. His name is Chimarachi. Because you hate to hear the name from this extract. So anything that you are being told, you will not take it serious. But you prefer to meet your doom. Anyway, Biafran people have been provoked for years, and they have never remained unprovoked. And it is to this very reason that we have taken the stand to destroy everything that is coming into Biafra land, to kill our women, and to rape our children. I salute all Biafrans. Continue to vote, and remember the website to air all your hangers. Thank you so much, all my speakers today, and the entire media team. You guys are doing the Biafran government proud. You guys are doing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu proud. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been ever proud before of the Biafran media, Biafrans that are serving in the media department, it is now. Because you guys have made use of all your time and energy and resources to create the highest level of awareness. As they are pushing in, you're pushing them out. They are pushing in, you're pushing them out. It's not an easy thing that you are able to take charge of a media which you don't have full control of. This very media is owned by the West, but yet we are taking control of this media to make sure Biafra message is spread all over. So we have a duty to continue this very fire and to keep it burning, because Biafra is here and we don't have to disappoint our heroes and heroines that have started the fight long before we came to be. So our big salute to our Prime Minister for being the man of the moment. Do not forget to get every important announcement and official announcement from the Prime Minister's official page. Retweet and share and make everything to go far and wide. Let Britain, let Europe, let America recolonize one Nigeria again. It is for their own good. But for Biafran people, we have decolonized them. That is why we are fighting them head on. I thank you all and I salute all your courage. From us, from here, it is good morning. Thank you so much.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming by.